You fill up my senses like a gallon of magnet, like a packet of woodbines, like a good pinch of snuff, like a night out in Sheffield, like a greasy chip buddy, like Sheffield United. Come fill me again. Na 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 na.
Hi Blade, Tyler here.
Hello. This is Just United. I'm Ricky, and that's Connor.
How are we doing, mate? Oh, we should have talked over intro as well.
Oh yeah. How you doing, pal? How you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
Right. While we're here, we might as well invite our mate in from across the pond who's probably got a few things to say about the last game. Here he is, Mr. Ian.
Hello. There's not a lot to say about that, is there? Really?
Mate, right. I've
Really?
been mardy as fuck. I should have gone live straight after the game. I spat dummy out, didn't I? I went to Connor, Connor, I can't be fucking arsed, mate. I'm depressed. What are you on about? You fucking... Well, I feel a bit depressed. And then yesterday came, and you know what? I thought, I'm still not over it. Rose to Monday, and I'm still thinking, you know what? I need to do something, but I fucking just can't be fucking arsed. But here I am, dedicated to the cause. I've got to fucking shout a lot about this game, but I'll let you have your say first, Ian. People hear me enough.
Well, number one, I will absolutely... I stayed at home. after the game. I thought, he's going to come on here and he's going to absolutely freak out. But you didn't. You pissed me off. You disappointed me, Ricky.
I was fuming, mate.
Oh, Lord. What can you say? What can you say? I mean, I've said this, right? And all right, I don't want to go back to this Wilder thing. I'm sort of sick of hearing about that. But has this man got a fucking clue? Has he actually got a clue? And if he has, do you know what it reminds me of? Manchester United, manager after manager after manager going in and players just looking at him and going, you know what I mean? It's like there's just no rhyme or fucking reason to it. And if I have to look at that fucking Robinson in a shirt again, I am going to fucking die.
Oh dear.
Right. So for me, it was one of the first games I've gone to. I've sat down and my seat felt very comfortable. Them fucking seats at Bramall Lane are fucking horrible. They're never comfortable, but mine were. Mine were
more
comfortable.
and more comfortable as game went on and all bit looks
exactly. As it was going further on, I could feel myself. I was just like that, sinking and sinking and sinking. By the time I know it, right, I've got my fucking knee in our young gun's head who sits in front of me. And he keeps looking behind me like, Dad, what are you doing? And I'm like, no, hands go on to the stomach, don't they now? Because I'm that fucking stretched forward. Eyes start going. Yeah, he looks at me, he goes, you going to sleep? I went, no. He goes, you're playing crap, aren't they? I went, I tell you what, young un, hey, in the nicest possible way, they fucking wank. He went, oh. He goes, yeah, they are crap, aren't they? I went, yeah.
Do you not let your young un swear at games, Ricky?
I am a good parent. I'm a very good parent. I am not getting shot down on this platform for doing no such things.
I'm going to give you a little side story now. So,
right.
First Steel City derby I went to, I think I were about 6 or 7. And like I were always a good little boy growing up. Never sweared, never did never stood out of line.
Oh shit.
Like that. No, seriously. Our little golden child, me, mate. I fucking had skinhead, like smile like butter won't melt. So I'll show you a picture after. You'll get the context.
I don't want to see you, but as a child, it's a bit weird.
Mate, I were a sex offender's dream when I were a child. Honestly, mate, amount of times I nearly got abducted and that fucking top class. But anyway, I'm getting a bit sidetracked.
All I'm going to say is you were blessed with a 9-inch dick.
Yeah, in my hands.
Too bad it was a priest.
So,
Oh,
first Steel City derby I went to, I was about 6 or 7, something
Yeah.
like that. And my stepdad took me. And he said, "You're always right well behaved, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I try to be." You're like, "Do you want to be able to swear at matches?" And I'm like, "No, don't. No, it's wrong. It's wrong." So he said, "I'll tell you what. You can swear at matches. I won't tell your mum. You can like get involved in songs and stuff like that because you know old songs and you sing the songs, but you sing them without the swear words in." So I'm like, "Oh, sound." 5 minutes later, mate, calling referee a fucking cunt, pussy, fucking dick, shit, just shouting swear words just randomly, mate, from time that I were about 6, 7 year old. My stepdad said to me, he went, "Right, I'm going to go and get a pint. I can't sit here listening to this." Honestly, mate, just went proper over the top.
So my son joins in.
Mm-hmm.
He don't voluntarily just say, "Dickhead, wanker, no bed, rare." If there's someone doing something, he tends to join in, both of them.
Fair play to him.
But, as soon as we leave the ground, if they so much as go say, "Oh, arse, shit," oh, like that's like, shut up.
That's it.
And he goes like this, "Oh, sorry."
That's it, mate. Once I had that free pass, I just literally went overboard with it. I was just swearing for its sake.
Right,
Like,
so I'm going to cut you off because we've gone way off topic now. We've gone from like watching.
I'll just say before you go any further with that, my lad, obviously, my kids are a lot older, right? And I remember going on, I think it was a Tuesday night Rotherham game when we got beat 1-0. And we went down there at 11 o'clock at day, and we fucking hell, we were absolutely fucking shit-faced when we got that pair of us. And he never, and he's a big lad, and everybody's looking at us, and he's just everything, swearing and carrying on like a, but you know what, I loved it.
I do,
class,
I love it.
Mate.
I love it. Right, so before we do continue with certain things, right, so we've got a dear friend called Harrison. And I get people's frustrated with performances and shit like that. And this platform is for everybody to have an opinion and express it in a certain way. I frustrate, I shout, I swear, I get agitated, I get angry. But then I've got to take, I don't know, say Connor's got a different opinion than me. I've got to take it with a pinch of salt. Do you know what I mean? It's his opinion. I can't change him thinking what he thinks. Right, nobody at Bramall Lane has the right to go around threatening and starting on other people. Do you know what I mean? The fucking point, mate. We're all fucking blades. What are you doing, you prick? Do you know what I mean? Starting on young kids, you're twice their fucking age.
Because we've got this, I've got to be a bigger blade than everybody else. What? I've got to moan louder than everybody else. I've got to cheer louder than everybody else.
Yeah, you know what they say about loudest person, don't they? It's first person sat on the fucking arse, don't they?
Yeah, exactly, mate. It's always fucking loudest person in room that's like got most fragile ego, basically. So, but yeah, no place for that. And fucking, I hope somebody tries it with me at some point because I don't give a shit about getting banned from Bramall Lane. Harrison's a lot nicer than what I am. Do it with me, I'm fucking smacking you. Don't care if I get banned. Don't care what happens.
End of the day, Harrison is a nice kid. We wouldn't say about two goals. He's one of the nicest kids. What? Come on here. Do you know what I mean?
And he'll probably lay your out and all that. That's worst thing. But he is a nice lad. So
he'd probably tickle me bollocks, but he's not laying me out.
Not on about you. He could rest his bollocks on your forehead. He's about 6'8".
Yeah. But it's the fact it's always the nice kids what get started on. Do you know what I mean? They're not starting on you, are they? Not starting on fucking me.
No, exactly, mate. He's a good kid, and don't deserve that. End of the day, he pays his money to go and watch matches, same as everybody else does. We're all supposed to be supporting the same team. Yeah, we've got different opinions, but at the end of the day, we all want what's best for the club. So just because someone's got a different opinion to you, don't mean that you should be threatening to chin him, saying, "Oh, come on, then I'll love you, knobhead. I'll love you, knobhead," because you won't. Because if you were going to do it, you would have done it anyway. So what's the point in running mouth? Don't be giving threats out. Don't be dishing threats out that you're not going to back up or that you shouldn't be doing anyway. It's pathetic. It's something that a child would do. grow up.
This happened Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy God. And I obviously I don't know the kid personally. I only know him from here.
I don't know him
from,
personally.
and from chats and that. But he'll have a banter like the rest of them, but I've never seen him be disrespectful to anybody. So, you know, that's well out of order.
Yeah,
And
he's a good kid.
That's the thing. What's irritating me, he's probably one of the nicest kids we've got. No, Jamie. Sorry, I just want to bring some up. No, Jamie, it was not. It was a Sheffield United fan what had done it with him. They'd come off at South Stand with him. And like I said, that's what's irritating me with it. I don't get it. Millwall, that's all you're frustrated with. You're frustrated with club, not the person sat next to you.
Even like fans from opposition teams, mate, I've never understood all this fucking hooligan element. I never have. You're literally on about punching somebody's head in because they're wearing a different colour shirt to you. Don't make any sense to me. Like, don't get me wrong, we've all been downtown and we've all had disagreements from having drinks spilt on us or something daft, like talking to somebody's bird or somebody talking to your bird. That all happens. But
what size are your trainers?
But it's ridiculous. It really is. It really is beyond a joke that like you're willing to fight somebody over football. It's pathetic. Like, grow
What
up.
trainers?
Yeah, exactly. What trainers?
What trainers?
That chain's nice, Ricky. It looks like my size.
What chain?
But yeah, it is pathetic. And if you are going to fucking football matches looking for a punch up, like grow up. Go to a boxing gym. Sort your head out.
Anyhow,
has it upset him to that extent?
No, it hasn't. And they were keeping it quiet. We're keeping it quiet. But I feel like this is something what happens nearly every game. Unless we're winning, there's always something happening. You know what I mean? And I saw it at Sunderland. We had a kick on Murray. He got started on by a few fans, our own fans. I've seen that a few of our fans fighting at bottom of Wembley. It's just all time. Why are you fighting with each other?
Yeah, it's no good, mate.
Because honestly,
fucking spaz-tards, mate. Spaz-tards.
It's just top level knuckle dragging. I love it. It's great.
I'm a bit of a knuckle dragon, though, to be fair.
You know what it is? If you're that frustrated, you can always pick your body up and go out the door.
You know what, though? If you're that frustrated, go to the toilet and I'm fucking angry wank. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
right,
go on, mate.
Like,
I don't know.
Might get banned from ground if you get caught. Like,
yeah, but like, you don't make it sound like you're doing one, do you? Just smash your head on the door a few times. You fucking dirty bastard. You know what I mean? Have an angry wank.
But yeah, it's just daft. It is daft. But...
There's no more better feeling than having an angry wank.
Hey dear.
Anyway, I think we should.
Not much to say to that, really.
Yeah,
anyway.
we've gone off topic again, haven't we?
Yep.
Yeah, right. So, my observation from the game, I'm going to start with back. Burrow's massively improved, massively compared to what he's been for the last 3 games. Big improvement on his performance, but I did notice he did tend to drop into midfield quite a lot during game. So, the midfield, I don't want to see Peck starting games. He can't do it. Right,
not as a DM, he can't anyway. No. Like, I don't think he's the best player anyway. Like overall, I don't really rate him. I'll be honest, but playing him as a DM when you've got Samare on bench is just daft. It's first time that I've questioned like a decision because I think he has been harshly judged so far, Sellers, but that was just outrageous. Starting City Peck over Samare when Samare is like available. Ridiculous.
Yep. So what I've noticed is we've given this defence a lot of stick. And there's quite a lot what I saw, what I will touch upon, but I'm giving them a lot of stick for reasons that they shouldn't be getting as much pressure as they're getting. And that's because the midfield aren't doing their job. Do you know what I mean? That's be all and end all.
I agree, man.
There's levels, right? You've got your defense, what's supposed to stop the first line of defense in it, then your midfield, blah, blah, blah. Do you get what I mean? Goes on and so on. Everyone needs to be working as a unit. And we clearly saw at Millwall, the middle of the park weren't working. So if the middle of the park ain't working, that's going to open up the back. And you've got Bindon. Bindon needs fucking out, man. He don't know where to be. he does not where to stand on that pitch.
It's not that. I just want to touch on obviously what you said about midfield. The midfield is literally your heartbeat of your team.
Yes,
it helps
correct.
you with your transition from defending to attacking, and it helps you in your transition from attacking to defending as well. If your midfield ain't on point, your team ain't going to work. And we are so easy to play through in that midfield. Quick 1-2, and you're literally through to a defense. You're through to the defense, and you're running, and you can get across into the box and cause danger basically. So
you know what else I thought with Pispo?
Go on.
And I've been a big advocate for him, and I've always wanted him to start. And I really thought he was going to be like this big Celis inspiration, like big player at season, all this lot.
Callum out.
Yep, he was wank.
So,
sorry, can I just finish what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Right, so the role what he's kind of playing now doesn't suit him. These little 1-2 flicks, runs past and all this lot. It's not the type of football we need right now. And he is a good player for the right system, but at the moment, you need one driver. You don't need two. And he's not really a driver. He's more a passenger, if you ask me personally at the moment.
So I think he was okay going forward. I thought he was poor defensively. There were a couple of times where obviously he got knocked off a ball because he is weak as piss. But I thought he was all right. There were a couple of times where he picked up pockets of space. He turned and he ran at defenders and he played like balls wide. He played balls down centre. Well, tried playing them to Campbell, but that didn't really work. And played a couple out to Barry as well. I don't think Aware were the main problem yesterday. I think Peck is the main issue in midfield.
Yeah. But how I see it, right, is it's clearly obvious Gus is the focal point.
Yep.
Yeah. Gus, for me, needs to be in the middle. Not drifting out to the left, not drifting out to the right. He needs to be in the middle. He needs to dictate that play. He needs to pick the ball up, maybe run a bit, little cross, move about, have a bit of freedom. Do you know what I mean? Do Gus-type things and control game. And I think you need Samari on one side and you need another holding midfielder on the other. That way, if you do get this woo we've heard about, Wu and Burrows, they can push up as much as they want because you've got these two holding midfields sat back with Godfrey and hopefully new signing coming very soon, Tanganga. That's giving you four back what can stop that counter attack, cut that space out in midfield, and they can run to wings to stop their wingers coming forward. That's giving you a potential attack with armour, striker, wingers, and your two wing backs.
Well, that's the main issue that we've got at the minute, because obviously you can tell that Sellers is wanting to play a high line. That is what he wants to play, but these defenders have not got confidence in doing it because they know, to do it. They know if that ball gets played in behind them, they ain't getting back, because Burrows ain't particularly quick for a fullback. Jack Robinson, slow as piss. Tyler Binden, meh. Like middle at road, not particularly quick, not particularly slow. But I think the thing is with Binden, because of how young he is, if he's got somebody next to him that is willing to play that high line, that's saying, you fucking stand there, you stand bang next to me, we don't break this line. We stay here. If we get beat, we're going to run back and we're going to make the challenge. I think he'll be fine with that. But you look at Robinson. Robinson weren't telling him fuck all. No. Robinson, and he was the problem for the goal. He was the reason why, obviously, we ended up conceding. He was the one that played the man on side.
There were two people.
Too deep.
I'd say there were two people to that build up to that goal. What were at fault?
Go on.
Peck.
Yeah.
Robinson.
Running theme in it, because Peck were the issue for Swansea's goal as well.
Right. So, with Peck, we're asking him to do a Vinny job, right? He's not Vinny. Not Vinny. End of. So, you got to feel for him in that respect. But if it's not working, what I don't understand, he brought somebody in to do that job, right? He's on bench, and we got to accept he's played in a different league. He's played at a different sort of level, and championships are really difficult league to get used to. I cannot understand for the life of me why you expect him to get up to speed and or learn when he's sat getting splinters in his ass.
Don't worry, like I am exactly.
He needs to be on the field. He needs to be on the field. And if he makes mistakes, he's going to learn from them. It's not going to cost us any more than Peck playing there, is it?
No, not at all, mate. And I understand we might be wanting to wrap him in cotton wool until we get like another one in or something like that. That might be the case. But at the end of the day, things are not working on the pitch at the moment. How long can you go with not getting results and dropping points before you have to say enough is enough? Like, I've seen a lot of people are calling for his head and a lot of people want him to go. And I'm at the point where I don't want Sellers to go, but if he does go, I won't be moaning about it. I won't be saying
I think I'm the same as you. I think I've got to a point now. If he walked out a door tomorrow, I won't cry. And the other thing as well, you touched on Burrows there. I think Burrows looks inside a lot to see what's outside of him. And like you just said, Robinson is all over the place and Binden's not sure. So is that affecting Burrows?
Possibly.
So the thing is with Burrows, I think he's a fantastic technical player, can deliver good crosses into the box, and he can do a lot of the technical side of the game. But it's the physical side that's a problem. And
oh my God, have we had a breakout from him?
Has he gone?
Technical issue.
Yeah.
Yep, he's done.
Oh,
That's
dear.
it. Them hamsters in his cage have died.
Oh dear, that's not good.
Yeah.
Now what we're going to do? We got no brains. Oh dear.
What do you mean?
If they're relying on me and you for voice of reason, mate, they're stuck.
Right. So how I see it, yeah, with Burrows, I think with Robinson, you're not getting support. If you notice when Anel played on that side with Suter, Anel were quick enough to get back and support when Burrows did make a mistake. So I think.
And they understood each other, mate. They understood each other, right? I get it with Binden. He's played at a lower level. He's a young kid, right? But obviously, it's pretty obvious. We haven't got anybody else to put in there at the moment, and that's why Robbo's playing. End of story. And the other thing as well, going back to that Peck thing, how many times will that ball getting sort of knocked out of defence and it were recycling, it were coming straight back?
Peck, I don't know what it is, but he can't seem to pass the ball forward.
No.
If he does it, it's one of their players. It don't make sense to me. It really doesn't. Can you not chip the player? Why you got to whack it that hard so it bounces off him? I don't know. And the amount of times he got caught in possession because he's doing this little sideways thing he does constantly. Right. It irritates me. And then, when he's getting caught out constantly, he gets frustrated and he starts trying to do these sliding tackles and then he's getting done again.
Right. So here's one for you. You said, you both touched on Godfrey, how he played and that. Do you see him as a right back or would you bring him in middle?
I bring him in middle.
Yeah.
I think he's played majority of his career as a centre back, and looking at him next to Robinson, he's a big lad.
Yeah, he is.
He's big. He's tall. He's wide. Oh, who's this lad?
Sorry about that, boys.
You saw the monsters out.
I don't know what went off there. Like Wi-Fi stayed on everything else, but like my Chromebook just won't connect back to Wi-Fi. Weird.
We're getting hacked. That's it. Someone's trying to sabatage us. Someone's trying to sabotage Just United.
That's it. Wonder who it is. What are we talking about, boys? Sorry about that.
So we've gone for Godfrey. What do you think his best position is? Do you reckon he'll be centre back or do you reckon he will be right back?
Centre back for me. I think it was shown yesterday, like when he shifted across from right back to centre back when Sariki come on. I think he's shown what he's about. I was happy with him at right back as well. I thought he put a decent shift in, but you could tell that he's somebody that reads the game really, really well, which is something that I want at centre back rather than right back. Especially if we go and get Young Woo in particular. I think we're not far away at all from being able to play this Sellers system. I just hope that the board still back him and bring the players in that he needs to play the system, and then we get a real chance of seeing what this team's going to be capable of, because he wants to play a high line at the minute, but we've got Jack Robinson in the back line who will never, ever play a high line in his life because he can't. So then you've got Robinson that's dropping further back, and then you've got Bindon that's dropping further back because of the result of that. So then you've got the midfield that are trying to press and trying to win the ball back high up, but they're getting played round 1-2s, and that's it. You're in behind, and you've got 10, 15 yards of space to run into behind the midfield before you get into the defence. So you've got plenty of time to think about what you need to do to be able to play a crucial pass. And then this is why we're conceding so many good chances at the minute, because we've not got a full team that can do this high line, high press. Don't get me wrong, even when we get the players in that are going to be able to do that, we're still going to concede goals, but we're going to see the benefits of a Sellers system once we've got those players in to play that system, because we'll be able to play the high line, so the defenders will be high up behind the midfielders. So the only way that you're going to beat us really is with a long ball, and you're going to have to have somebody quick. You're not going to be able to play around us.
So went straight through. That goal of theirs at weekend was straight through. It was just it was just unreal. And I don't know whether you forgive me because I know you went off, but I was just mentioning about Peck there. The amount of times he got the ball, and Ricky just touched on it, bounced off somebody else or whatever. Every time he got ball, it was like he was just recycling back on our defence.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Right. So Scott's just sent me something, Ricky. I am going to send you the picture so you can put it up in the stream if you want to put it up.
Gonna.
So
you WhatsApp it, man.
Yeah, I will do. So I seen this after the game.
Excuse me.
Absolutely outrageous, and it just highlights the points that obviously we've all just made about like the defense in the midfield being just completely out of sync. Look
Keep
at
talking.
you're just not even going to believe the picture when you see it. Obviously, I think a lot of people will have already seen it, but the gap from defence to midfield is just outrageous. It really is.
You could drive a truck through it. Yeah, you could. After that game, you could drive 2 or 3 cars down the middle of there. It went, and that's. Do you know what? That's where the majority of the goals we've conceded have come from.
Yeah. So I think once we've got this DM playing and we've got these centre backs that can play in a high line.
So I'm going to put it on screen now while everyone's on.
Go on, man.
There you go.
Look at the fucking space there. So you've got
look at number 20.
You've got the back line all adjacent to the penalty area or in the penalty area, yeah? And then you've got your midfielders, just these 2 Millwall players in 10 yards of space, 5 yards outside our box. Yeah. How's that? That cannot happen, but that is because the defenders are refusing to play a high line because they know that they can't play because they've got Jack Robinson in the back line and they'll get done for pace every single time. So that's the issue that we've got at the minute, and that highlights it. We need, obviously, when Tanganga comes in and that gets done, that's one of the issues sorted. But I also think Sol needs to be the other one at right back, and Godfrey needs to be playing centre back, because then we have got a reasonably fast back line. Tanganga, really quick, really athletic, good player. Godfrey, really athletic, really quick, good player, strong, a lot better in the air than what I thought he was as well.
So really, can I just touch on something with Godfrey as you're talking about him? Right, what I noticed from Godfrey when he was playing was, do you remember Suter, how he constantly talked to Gilchrist?
Yeah, constant
constantly guiding him through the game.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what we're doing.
Why is it Godfrey's been there 2 days and he's dictating this right corner? He's telling Cannon, you go forward. Bindon, you stay there. You move up to there. No, you chase him. You get what I mean? That, from a player who has just come into the team, tells me that we are lacking that leader. I know we all know this, but it was so obvious. And
this obviously will roll on nicely to the potential signings that obviously everybody knows about later on. We'll get into that later, but that's what we're crying out for at the minute. leaders. So I've done a little bit of research on Tanganga, and Tanganga's not the most vocal person, but he leads by example. He will do what he needs to do. So that takes care of that issue. And then obviously we've got the other people that are training with us at the minute, but we'll go back onto the performance. That picture that Scott has just sent, it just epitomizes like what the issue is at the minute, the gap between the midfield and the defence. Because you can see what Gus and O'Hare want to do. They want to press, they want to be high, they want to put pressure on defenders. But they can't do that successfully because when our defensive line is not pushing up to support the midfield, they're pressing. They're not getting the ball because you don't get the ball every time. So they're pressing.
Why the fuck not?
It's just how it works, mate. And that's why I highlight.
Why do we not get the ball all the time?
I know you're taking piss, but I'm still going to explain it anyway.
Right,
because there will be some people out there.
They need sacking. Board needs sacking. Stellis needs sacking. There's no ambition. Fetch Wilder back.
So this is why a high line can be beneficial, because when you do press high and your defensive line push up to support the midfield, your defensive line is where it needs to be. So if a 1-2 gets played, your left back is where the ball's being played and they're pressing straight away. Your centre half is where the ball's being played and they're pressing straight away. But what we're doing at the minute is our defensive line is still sitting in, the midfield's pressing, they're getting played around, and then there's 20 yards of space in that little gap in between when they've pressed. That's the issue.
Yep. Yeah, and even if, let's say, I'm just going to use Bindon as an example. Let's say Bindon makes a clearance, right? If he doesn't get that clearance beyond our midfield and over into their half, it's going to recycle and come straight back again because one of their, midfielders or forwards is straight back onto it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I've noticed with Bindon? He needs that extra bit of oomph. So I developed a tactic for him.
I'm
telling you, it's going to work.
Go on.
So, when Robbo likes to bear with people and pull them down?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that video of that bloke where he left hands that bloke, knocks him clean out, pulls his kegs down and goes up his ass and then walks off? Have you seen the video?
No.
No, I'll send it you. You'll piss yourself. Right. So basically what happens, it looks like this guy's on holiday, he's arguing with this bloke and he goes bang, gives him a left hand, knocks him clean out. While he's knocked out, he leans over and pulls the guy's boxers down, sticks his fingers up his arse and goes and walks off.
What fucking shit are you watching to?
Just thinking that.
So get them off. We're not in that. We're not in that page.
No, I've just seen this and I just want to mention it.
Why are you taking control?
Well, if you don't want me to co-host, Ricky,
why you co-host? You didn't delegate it with me. You did not delegate it with me.
What do you want me to do? Just say, am I all right to bring a comment up, Ricky? Is that okay?
What a comment do you want to fetch up, Connor?
This comment that's right in front of us, Ricky.
Okay,
sir.
Go for it, mate. Go for it. See, we can speak normal sometimes.
Yeah. So
I'm just laughing here. I'm start laughing here. Is this the same two people that were on with Nick the other day?
It is.
Are you absolutely sure about that? Because I think that were a pair of frigging cardboard cutouts.
I weren't actually talking. I was going like this. Chat GPT talking for me.
We're chameleons, Ian. We
can adapt to our surroundings.
That's it. So Petulance of Barry, what clownish booking to give away, lobbing the ball down like a total prick. He's in excellent company, by the way. I don't agree with this. I think he was very frustrated. Yeah, because of what we're going on. Because he's the only winger that we've got at the club at the minute that tries.
Who's actually trying?
Yeah,
he's trying.
He tries taking a man on, and that's why you've seen frustration from Gus. Look at his celebration in Birmingham game, man. It was like, who were that bold geezer for Newcastle years ago that got a red card for fucking kicking advertisement boards? No, he were booting advertisement boards and just like his teammates were trying to drag him off and they couldn't get him off. He got sent off for booting them. Like, that's the sort of frustration that we've got in squad at minute. Campbell, he's had a couple of stupid.
You know what, Campbell, mate? Has he played last two games?
He's been non-existent, but I don't think it's his fault.
But you know what I'm seeing?
Go on.
Stoke Campbell.
I don't agree. I just think he's just not.
You don't, what do you mean?
What?
What's not to agree with? He's had 0 shots in how many games? Wait. What did he do with Stoke? 0 shots in about how many games?
He's just had zero service, though, Ricky. So what can you do?
1 minute. We've got our pal here, Mr. Dovitash, the bloody big Bramall Lane hitman. Ooh.
All right, boys.
Hello.
Lad.
How are we on Bank Holiday Monday?
Well, I don't know. I've been working. It's not been bank holiday for me.
Oh, is it banky over there?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right.
He's not used to it anymore. You'll get about 20 holidays of everything, don't you?
Me, I'm retired, so I've got plenty of holidays, fella.
All right. There's a lot of there is a lot of holidays, isn't there, dear?
Oh dear, mate. Are you all right, Harrison? By the way.
Yeah, mate. Are you?
Yeah. Well, they've just been telling me about what happened. You know what? Fuck them.
Mad,
I called you scumbags out, pal.
I am. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Cheers, Ricky. I appreciate it. It's mental,
Yeah.
though, isn't it? Like you'd think as like grown adults should be able to have like a civilized conversation without getting like that. It's
Well, that's where you're making your mistake, mate. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of adults around. But anyway, let's go past that. As long as you're all right, that's all that matters.
oh yeah, sound that got to me more than the actual game itself.
Yeah, would do.
We've just had another update on Tanganga boys. Peter Smith's now also confirming that Tanganga deal's all agreed. I know, obviously, we already knew that, but
Who's Peter Smith?
He's a Sky reporter, I think.
Mate, I'm going to be honest with you. There's that many people report stuff these days. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. We know when someone says name, like, who the fuck's Luca? Where the fuck's he come from?
I don't know,
you know what? Shout out to Luca Bendoni, though. What a guy he is. I love him.
Luca Bendova.
Yeah. Hey, stop it, mate.
What we said then so far about Millwall?
So we were just talking about how like shit it were for well, in my opinion, for 65, 70 minutes. I've not actually been able to voice my opinion yet because clearly my opinion don't matter to Ricky. So
what's your opinion?
I think can I go first because
I've got to be waiting for how long? It's Connor's turn.
Go on, Connor.
Go on, mate. Go for it, mate. I'll be nice.
Wait. I see what you mean, but I don't let you speak your opinion, Connor. Fucking, I'm trying to speak. You're speaking over me all the time. It's only news come on channel.
Fuck off.
Oh dear. Go on, mate. Go for it.
Right, I thought on a whole it weren't the best. Especially first half. First half, it was just sad to see. I thought we started the first 10 minutes. I put in chat. I thought we looked promising first 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes, the rest of half time we just went to shambles. It feels like we haven't got that link up between the defense and the attack. Like we seem to be passing the ball around a lot, but yeah, it's not going anywhere. I think that our biggest problem at the minute is not necessarily the defense as such. Now Godfrey's coming and Tanganga's coming in, but now the focus will shift onto the midfield. Because it feels like for me that there's not that link up from because we're trying to pass it out from the back. How many times did you see we try to pass it out from the back at the weekend? Nearly every time, and 9% of the time it didn't work. We passed it to Robbo. Robbo would pass it back to Binden would pass it back to Cooper. Cooper to Ufit, lose possession. If we had someone in the midfield who could drop in, pick ball up, pick balls out, make a bit of play, that would go. So I think midfield and that after Tanganga comes in is priority. I think, in my opinion. And then going on to the last 20 minutes, after the 70th minute, why on earth could we not play like that for the full 90? If we play like that for the full 90, we would have got a win.
I think it's 6 or 1.5 a dozen at other, though, Harrison, because Millwall just sat in eventually. So you can look a better team than what you actually are when teams do just sit in. That being said, we did have like 5 or 6 good chances.
We had one off at post from Burrows. We had 3 good off at line. We had 2 wonder saves. On another day, that would have been 3-1, 4-1. We just weren't lucky.
Yeah, it weren't the best overall. But
mate, I'm not saying it were, mate.
Yeah, so me and you have obviously spoke about this. We spoke about this yesterday and Saturday, I think. I'm in the same boat as you. I think we were all right for them last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Created chances. We're unlucky. Keeper. Ricky said this on day. Every single keeper that seems to come to the lane at minute turns into fucking prime Buffon. So
Show your intelligence. Buffon.
Buffon.
Shut up,
There we
Alexander.
go.
So it's basically when it rains, it pours. When you're not
Yeah.
playing well, luck doesn't go your way. It's usually when you're playing well that you get luck. I mean, look at Illiman's goals that he were getting at times in promotion season. Fucking, he had goals bouncing in off his arse. That's when you're playing well, you get lucky, and that's part and parcel of it.
Like I said, on another day though, Connor, that last 20 minutes that could have come to 3 goals and a win. You know what I mean? Just
100%.
out quick it crumbles, doesn't it?
So,
100%.
Mr. Ollie, who's just commented, Tanganga, what's the score? I'm assuming you're a Millwall fan. The chat is open. If you would like to join, jump across to YouTube. I'll send you a link. You can join, and I want to see your perspective from the game.
It looks like we've got another Millwall fan in as well, mate. Joshua Spearing.
Okay.
So got a quality player on your hands, got great pace for a centre back, and great in a duel against good attackers, which I think you need judging by your start to the season. We're crying out for it, mate. We are crying out for an athletic centre back that's comfortable with the ball at his feet, that can lead by example. So, but seeing as though we have got a couple of Millwall fans in yesterday, fair play to them.
Right, no, what can I just say to me?
Go on.
You're all fucking annoying as fuck. What the fuck's that?
It's Mill.
Did you hear it?
Mill. That's what they sing.
Mate, no. They just
Yeah, that's what they do.
annoying with it.
That's what they do.
Right, you know what it reminds me of? You know when you open a window and it's got that little crack in it and it makes that annoying noise?
Yeah. That's just what they do. It is annoying and it is a bit shit, but I do just want to focus on obviously their performance yesterday. Not yesterday, day before.
I'm trying to go a kip at Lane. I've got these cunts keeping window open.
So I
Is
do
that
just
like putting a wasp in a fucking jam jar.
Yeah.
so I do just
Fucking
want to I do just want to give them a bit of credit though, because they weren't particularly good. I'm not going to say that they performed well, because they certainly didn't.
Millwall.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They weren't good, and on another day, a lot of teams in league would have beat them. But they turned up with a game plan, and they do it every time they come to the lane. They come to the lane and they bully us. That is what they do. The Ivanovic and Coburn yesterday, obviously, they're both reasonably big lads, and they're very busy, good technical ability, but they're physical. So their hold-up play yesterday was a big reason why they ended up getting a result. Obviously, Kundal was the goal scorer. I thought he had an half-decent game. Jake Cooper commanding as well.
Right, can I just say about Jake Cooper, there was a point where he won't ball in our box, right? And he's got Robbo laid on floor trying to kick it from his legs. He's got Peck trying to kick it from him. And the big fucking old bastard just like, keep me ball.
Yeah, he's a unit, mate. He's a unit.
You know what I was impressed with though for Millwall? That did
Number 10.
Midfield.
Yeah, I said it. If you remember, before we played the game, me and Ricky did the pre-match on Friday. I mentioned Casper Denor in the pre-match.
I didn't know his name.
Yeah, really, really good player.
Yeah, number 10. No, I wouldn't say he was brilliant all game. He had about a good 20 minutes where he did look really good.
But he did. We
20 minutes.
He lost our midfield. He bullied our midfield on his own.
Yeah.
I remember him bodying
Gus. He turned Gus. He turned him badly, mate.
Yeah, he did.
Good player.
But this is the thing with Millwall. Millwall have got some talented players. Obviously, Ivanovic is probably
no one likes you. No one likes you. You are Millwall.
Oh God!
So they're a shithouser club. I said it on Friday. I quite like
but I don't. I think they're just playing up to some persona. I think they're actually very nice gentlemen, to be fair. And you know what I mean? Like when they drink the tea, you know, finger will be up. Listen, South London's changed. They've modernised, haven't they? No hymns nowadays.
They're a decent club, obviously. I've seen a few of them being bitter about the Tanganga thing, like saying that we're a smaller club than them. Like, you need to fucking get your head screwed on if you think that Sheffield United is a smaller club than Millwall. Like, but I've seen a lot of them also have like honest opinions about things, obviously saying that it is a step up for Jaff, which it is. But Yeah, they deserve result. There's no complaints about the result. In my opinion, they did deserve it. They outfought us. They bullied us at times. So
I wouldn't
there's no
necessarily.
complaints.
I wouldn't say that they outclassed us. I know you didn't say it like, but I think on a whole, the game was quite even, in my opinion. No matter how shit we were for the first 70, I thought it was fairly even. Just they took their chance, and we just didn't take any of ours. And that's how it falls sometimes.
Can I just stop it for a second? The 97 people on Twitter, 97. Granted, I appreciate you watching, but can you jump over to YouTube? You need to get watch hours on there. If you fancy it, give us a like and a subscribe, because we do chat a lot of shit on here, especially that one there, him right there.
Just United on YouTube, just in case no one knows.
We got into a fucking milk debate other day about green, red, and fucking blue milk.
Mate,
yeah.
You don't get that content anywhere else. I think a positive to take though from Saturday though, Godfrey looked good. No matter right back or centre back, he did look steady, and I think that proves what I said. Quite a few people said who got a right mind. They said he was going to be good for us. Championship would be a doddle for him, and on Saturday I think it showed it. Right back he performed well. Centre back he performed well. I'd for him at centre back. I'd pour him and Tanganga up. I bring in Wu still at right back, and I think that's probably one of the best defences in the league.
You know what? I think he's come in with something to prove as well, hasn't he? Because he's not been playing. You know, so hopefully
a lot of people have wrote him off before he'd even kicked a ball. So, like,
saying he's injury prone and that. Fuck it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if he comes in and does the job, I'm quite happy. You know, going back to that with Peck, I get it, and I almost feel for him in a way.
Do you like him?
Is he what? Okay, I think 99% of what credit he got last year was due to the fact he had Vinny at side of him. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. But go on, Ricky. You were going to say something, mate, and it sounded like it was going to be brilliant.
You know, I think's perfect in that middle. We'll just fix it. You know me, Connor. Who am I going to say is going to go in that middle would be perfect. Who's already in league. It's not going to happen. Purely speculation from my own brain. You know, this little tiny thing somewhere in here.
Who's already in league?
Yeah, he's already in this league.
Wow.
I know you like loser, but you
can't run loser.
No. Big shit house. Well, I think she's going to. Yeah. Well, I think she's going to fucking bully people. Him and Samara next to each other.
The only one I can think of is Walter Berger, but he went to Germany, didn't he? So
no, it's about 6 foot. Not massive, about 6 foot, big enough.
Who's he play for?
I can't tell you, know it straight away if I told you. I think it's about 28, 29. Who?
Radoni?
Radoni's not a fucking defensive midfielder.
Ben Sheaf. Yeah, Ben Sheaf.
I won't like that commentary.
I was going to say, as soon as you said that, as soon as you said Radoni, I realised that, yeah, it is.
Do you think we do bring in another midfielder though?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm good about Billing. Billing would have been perfect. 6'6", fucking shithouse.
So unless Sellers is actually that naive and he thinks that Peck is doing a good job in midfield, then we've got to bring another midfielder.
Whoa. Look at this twat. This channel's got right down there talking about football, not food. Listen, mate. I've got me McDonald's here.
He's right. That's going to have to become a tradition. We're going to have to do something about food.
The food channel.
Yeah, we'll have a think.
I know.
No, Connor, making for a video in future. What we should do? Best food spots pre-match and post-match.
Only because you're just going to talk about shawarma.
You know the score.
Yeah.
Listen,
no, what I'd love.
You know what I
think.
Screen,
Ricky, on a bit of a sponsorship. Middle Eastern shawarma.
Right, Harrison. Next time you're in there, fucking speak to him.
Show him a channel.
We'll get him on the channel,
boys.
Why not?
Fucking clue what I'm on about.
Getting a mention every time. Yeah, tell them they're getting a mention every time. They might just. Who knows? Who knows? They might want to sponsor you, lads.
Right, so Mr. Chirac,
we're not that desperate, mate. We're all right.
Right, Chirac. No, listen to me. When I tell you this, after this stream, we are more than likely going to be monetized.
Moolah! I'll get about a quid per appearance.
What?
I'll probably get a quid per appearance.
Well, I
think
right, because I'm not gonna be like one of these sly bastards and keep everything secret. Money grab. So I will tell you exactly what I make. So you know, other day when we did stream, when I think it was Little Bully donated $4.99 and you donated the $9.99. Do you know how much I actually made off that because we got less than 1,000 views?
£2.80.
About £6.91.
That's a fucking remortgage house, mate.
So when we do get monetized properly, fully, I'll get about 5-6 quid every 1,000 views.
this is why the people that are on Twitter at the minute, we need you to jump across to YouTube. If you want to support us, even if you're supporting other clubs, like obviously Millwall fans, you might be on this today. Like, just jump across, drop us a sub. You ain't got to watch channel again. We don't care if you don't watch it again until like this Millwall game. But just do us a favour, help a couple of brothers out, and jump across to YouTube, because that's where it does count. We put it on X because obviously we want it to be like as visible as possible, but YouTube is where it does count.
1 minute. Have you heard this song? 1 second.
Oh my God.
Oh, I think someone's going to know it. 1 minute.
The
Just
anticipation.
Wait.
Can't hear it.
I know what it is. It's going to be fucking Love Will Tear Us Apart again. It's going to Leeds are falling apart.
Is that Victor Gokres song? It calls by the name of Victor Gokres.
Oh, is that what it were? I thought it was going to be Leeds are falling apart again because Callum's here.
Oh, it's because Gokres scored 2 against him, weren't it?
Yeah, it's not. I knew it. Yeah.
Hold on, I've got a fucking great idea.
What's your rate idea?
2 seconds, just keep talking, you'll see.
I don't like this idea. I don't like this idea, Harrison. I don't like this idea.
It's not to do with
Reality check of simple as reality check of the Premier League.
What is that?
Yeah, that's what it is, mate.
What is it?
What's what?
What am I looking at here? Am I looking at a leg?
Whoa, Harrison. Whoa. Well, listen, keep it for private calls, fella. Jesus Christ.
It's me fucking. I wish I had that sort of gift. It's me fucking knee.
It looked like a fucking hairy chicken wing.
It does.
No fucking meat on them.
I know they're in.
Tim, to be honest, I expected it. I knew it. I know you're going to say, oh, yeah, no, I did. It's just like, it
is what it is.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there's been a creepy person taking pictures outside Shirecliffe today. And apparently this...
Is that you?
Look at us all just staring.
Harrison, what?
Why am I looking at your legs?
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out.
What are you planning here?
I was trying to sort something, but since Ricky hasn't put his banner up yet, I can't show fuck all. Hey, Ricky.
What?
I've shown my background in my TV with Just United channel on it.
Oh!
Unfortunately,
I need to do it on PC, to be honest with you.
Right.
All right, keep talking.
What was it like? So what was it like to do with it then?
I don't know, mate. I would get aroused and confused. Like,
yeah, I expected it. I did.
right,
obviously,
just quickly, mate. We were talking about stalkers.
Stalkers. Right, so there's been a stalker outside not Bramall Lane, Shirecliffe today, fucking peeping over, taking unwanted pictures.
Doing Bielsa.
Yep, doing Bielsa. So apparently they've seen 2 individuals. One I can only name as David McGoldrick with no beard. Comes to terms, it is apparently Nathan Redmond and Daniel Ings.
Oh wow!
David McGoldrick, no beard.
Who didn't know that?
Oh, Cal, if you're talking, mate, we couldn't hear you.
No. I saw that. I saw about Ings and. What do you think then?
Ings, I'm over the moon with. I'm not gonna lie, because
is it a free signing?
Yeah, it'd be a free transfer if you keep him fit. So Goal
Yeah.
scorers always score goals. If you keep them fit, no matter what level they're at, they will score goals if you
But
feed them.
it's their natural instinct.
Yeah, exactly. And the bloke was the second top scorer in the Premier League Golden Boot race 5 years ago. It's not that long.
Oh.
He's not had much game time over the last couple of years. Thankfully, it's not for the reason that I thought. It's just because West Ham preferred other options, which is absolutely fine. If he's just not good enough to be a starter in Premier League, he's still more than good enough for Championship, in my opinion.
How long's the contract?
It's not. He's training with us at the minute.
Oh,
so
okay, yeah.
It's not a case of it's done, dusted, 100%. He's going to sign. But me personally, I'm really, really happy with this one. Ricky, what about you?
Right. So David Redmond, I am not happy with. I'll be honest with you.
I had the feeling. I don't know why. I just knew it.
Right. He's played twice, and there were minutes in last season. And this is for a Burnley side. Yes, they got promoted, but it's where we're thriving to be. Am I wrong?
Played 23 minutes of football.
Yes, we are thriving to be a promoted Championship team.
Yep.
How can you, a guy what played 23 minutes, be your starting right winger?
But would he be coming into the starter though?
I don't think he's going to be the starter. I honestly don't.
But for how can he dislodge someone? He can't dislodge anyone at Burnley.
I think personally, Ricky, I think if Redmond does come in, that means Lukaku will leave on loan, in my opinion, because I don't see on any fucking earth how Redmond can come into a potential promotion chasing side to become the starting winger. The bloke has played, like Connor told me earlier, I think he'd play at combine, like, or you said then, 23 minutes
last season.
It's funny because I actually tried to find some highlights of him from last year.
There won't have been.
And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Refresh your channel.
Yeah.
So
what's up? It was like watching an happy Leeds fan on Saturday. What?
Yeah.
Do you know what? There were partying in London, I will say that.
I should reset your channel.
To be fair, mate, I've got a cousin who's a dyed-in-the wool Leeds fan. She's a season ticket holder. She goes to every game.
Yeah.
And I am waiting for that phone conversation. And I can't upset her because the thing is, when I go back to England, I might be staying in her house.
No, you won't be if you upset her.
Oh, fuck.
I think going back to Redmond and Ings, though, like I said, Ings, if you can keep him fit, like Connor said, if you're a goal scorer, you always will be a goal scorer, no matter what age you are, no matter what level you are, you will bang. And it's proven he can bang in goals. Just can he stay fit?
And he's not just a striker that scores tap-ins either. He is somebody that he can create a chance for himself. He's not lightning quick no more. His injuries have took most of his pace. But I made a comparison earlier. In my opinion, he's a better version of what Billy Sharp is.
Kind of the same stocky build.
Did he stand with his back against defender all the time, trying to hold it?
So he does do that. But the reason that I say that he's a better version of what Billy Sharp is because he's somebody that can shuffle to the side, create 2 or 3 yards of space, and he will lash one.
All rounder.
He's somebody that always aims for the corners as well. So don't get me wrong, he does miss a few, but when they're on target, 9 times out of 10 they will go in.
So can I ask you a question, Connor?
Yeah.
Do you think he'd be happy to come here as I want to say a bit part player?
I don't think he will be coming to be a bit part player. I honestly don't. I think he'll be number 2 over Campbell.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Campbell's the number 1. I think that's been shown that Campbell's going to be the number 1 this season. Cannon's not better than Danny Ings. Campbell's probably not better than Danny Ings, but you can't rely on Danny Ings to be a number 1 striker and stay fit all season and be playing 90 minutes week in and week out. So he's probably going to be somebody that steps in for half an hour, 40 minutes every now and again when Campbell starts getting tired or if Campbell can't get himself into the game. But he does offer something different to what Campbell does because Campbell's a left footer for a start. Danny Ings is a right footer. Danny Ings is somebody that can pick up positions. He can find space when there is none, and he's a good link-up man as well. He has got the ability to hold the ball or play it wide and then make late runs into the box.
So with all you've said there, again, I go back. I'm not saying he don't want to come here. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he don't want to go, but might be somebody else looking at him that he thinks is a better option for him.
So the only thing that does concern me about Danny Ings, and you broke up a little bit for me there. I think my fucking shit internet.
No, he broke up for me.
Sorry, I said. I'll repeat it. Do you think, given what you've just said, do you think he might see himself as a better option elsewhere if he could sort of get a primary role?
No, because I think he knows his limitations now. I think he knows that he can't go to a team and be the out-and-out starting striker, because you've also got to consider his wages. He's not going to go anywhere and play for 10, 15 grand a week. So Charlton are out of the mix, for example. Preston are out of the mix. So out of the so-called top teams in the Championship that are going to be able to afford him, we are the best option for him by a mile. Leicester maybe, actually, Callum. Leicester maybe, because obviously they've had Vardy for the last couple of years. He's gone now. But for us, I think it's a no-brainer. I really do. Like, you've not got much to lose because we've got Campbell, who is going to be the main man. But if you can get Danny Ings firing, man, he's the best striker in this league, hands down. He's proven by career.
I think, Connor, what were you going to say then before you stopped talking? I think you were going to say your concern were, because we talked about it earlier, is that he was training with Borough. What you say, he was training with Borough at the start of the window. And obviously that hasn't materialised. So where would the problem there? Well, probably his fitness, where it might be his wage demand. So you don't know.
I'm presuming it's wages.
I agree with that one.
You also look at the free agents that we've got training with us at the minute. We've got Ben Mee, Nathan Redmond, and Danny Ings. All three of them know each other. Danny Ings and Redmond played with each other at Southampton. Danny Ings and Burnley played with each other at Burnley.
Yeah.
So they all know each other. And from what I've been told, they're all really, really good characters and leaders, which is what we need. Nathan Redmond's supposed to be like one of the biggest leaders going. Go on, Ricky. You look like you want to say something.
So I want to touch on something when I was on about Redmond not being good enough. So Scott put a comment here. Redmond had Edwards, Benson, Mento, can't say that one name, Jaden, all in front of him.
Kolyosha. Yeah,
that one. So my point is, Redmond went back at list. We need to be going for front at list.
But the thing is, Ricky, we would have taken every single other one of those wingers on that list.
This is what I'm saying. I think Redmond is the easy option to get. I don't think he offers anything apart from experience from the bench.
Would you not want him as a number 2 though? Because he is only 31. I'd want him as like he goes in above Brooks for me.
And he's played 13 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah, true.
It's not for me, mate. I know he had his little hurrah with Southampton and Norwich, but there's a reason why he hasn't played consecutively for years. Besiktas didn't do it. Burnley's not done it.
But then at the same time to counteract that is, though, Ricky, is still being picked up by top teams which are either on par with us or better than us, and he's only 31 still. So there's still got to be some sort of player in there for him to attract these teams in the first place.
Can I just say, but he may be attracting the interest from them, but he's not playing.
Is he being linked with anyone else? Is he being linked with anyone else?
What, no. Redmond?
Yeah.
No.
The thing is, I don't want another 10, 15 grand week cheerleader. We don't need it. Right? If you're fetching someone in for experience for the right, we all know, we're all in agreement, we need a starting right winger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me personally, that's saying we don't need a backup because we have Brooks and Yukaka as backups in case we need, as we will have a starter. Yeah.
Yukaki's alone.
I think you're looking at it the wrong way, to be honest, Ricky. Not like, oh yeah, I'm right, you're wrong. But I think the way that I'm looking at it is, it might just be hope and delusion. I think Redmond's being brought in as a squad option. You don't look at somebody that played 23 minutes of football last season and think, right, he can be our starting man. this season. I think it's a squad option, and I think it's going to be somebody that we're going to bring off at bench every now and again. Brooks, he's going to be able to learn off him because Brooks does need to learn. He needs to learn or he needs to fuck off. This is the season now. You either step up or you go. You're either good enough or
Breakout
you're not
season.
good enough. Exactly. So
gotta
this is make or break for him. He's either good enough or he's not. You've got Redmond to learn off. If you're bringing in another right winger, which I think we will, it might end up being a loan option. It might end up being a permanent. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be either one or the other. We're either going to bring in a lone midfielder and a permanent right winger or vice versa. So Ukaki's clearly not fancied by Sellers. We've seen that. He's not come off at bench in any league games so far.
You've just seen something there, Ricky, that shocked you.
What?
So you made a face like you were shocked or something.
Yeah,
looked at the camera.
the fact there's 124 people watching us and 109 of them are on Twitter.
109. Come on, boys. We need you across. We need you across on YouTube. We need you dropping subscriptions. We need you dropping views on YouTube, boys, because we love it on X. That's why we have it on X, but we need you on YouTube because that's where it counts.
That's
So,
where
come
our
on.
bread and butter is at the moment.
Yeah. Do us a favour, boys.
Can I say something regarding Redmond and Ings as well? And I know he's not obviously the most popular Blades figure at the minute, but Darren Smith made a good point yesterday, or today, regarding that free agents you can train whenever you want. You can sign them whenever you want. So I think people like Ings and Redmond are good to have around, train with the club in case these top end, well, not top end ones, but main targets don't come through. So you've always got a backup. Because last thing we want to do is go into the season, we miss out on top targets, they ain't got no plan B, and then we're fucked. At least then if we miss out on our top targets, we still have Ings and Redmond to fall back on. But I still think Ings is more than a second option. I think he's probably the main option. I don't think you get much better than Danny Ings at this level.
For free,
No
though.
matter what
That's the
it
main
is.
thing. For free.
Exactly.
Of the two, I'd certainly take Ings. I'm not sure, like with Ricky saying about Redmond, I don't know. What's the situation with me at the minute, Connor? Is he any further down the line?
With Ben Mee, we've offered him a contract, so it's up to him, obviously, whether he takes it or not, or whether we follow through on it. He says, yeah, I do want to sign, and then we sign him. I think that all depends on whether Jack Robinson goes out of the door, unfortunately.
Where the rumours with Wrexham?
Still interested in him. So while you've got to strike while the iron's hot, get that fucking poisonous scouse, just little bastard, out of the club because I hate him. He has ruined this club and he's ruined the culture of this club. And I don't understand how the bloke has ended up captain. He's the worst player.
No.
His hamsters have fucking had a word again. Right, is he back?
You missed out the most important bit there. You went, he's the most, and then you completely froze.
Oh, yes. I said he's the worst player at the club. So how does the worst player at the club end up being the captain of the club? Makes no sense.
So, on to a next topic. I'm going to ask you all a question. What we've talked about, Connor. I've asked you a couple of times, Harrison. So, after the third consecutive league defeat and fourth consecutive defeat in a row, at what point do you say enough's enough? How far behind can we let it go before we're just playing catch up and we're not going to be able to catch up? At what point do you say, Sellers, we tried, but it didn't work, see you later?
I know him, but I'll let someone else go first.
Let Ian go first.
Borough. That's it. Borough. If we lose,
harsh because I don't even last season. Wilder went to Borough. He didn't
don't matter. Don't matter. I understand what you're saying, and I'm not trying. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, mate. You can say, "Oh, give him another chance. Give him another chance. Give him another chance." Meanwhile, it's going on and it's going on, and the players are getting more down and down and down, and it's just no. For me, Borough. Do I think that's what'll happen? Probably not. But it gives also the option, if we bring somebody in, I think the international breaks after that, gives whoever comes in a couple of weeks to get on with it.
So when you say give him until Borough, though, Ian, obviously it's the next game that we've got. What sort of parameters are you putting on that? Win or go? Draw, stay, lose but play really, really well but just get unlucky, stay? Or what is your cut-off point? What is your definition of giving him until Borough?
Yeah, I may as well lay my cards on the table. I don't want him at the club.
Okay.
I think for me, it's not going to work, right? But I understand why it's been done. I also understand why Chris Wilder got moved out the door. It was a lot more than we all know about. Do I understand the concept of what they tried to do? Yes. If I'm truthful, I've seen this before so many times. A little bit older than you lot. Seen it all before with different things. Your David Weirs, your people like that. It doesn't work, and I don't think that it's going to work. And for me, if we don't win at Borough, see you later.
So who do you right? Let me just ask another add on to that. So if we win at Borough, but we get lucky and we play really, really shit, but we manage to get like a 1-0 win, 95th minute, bounces off fucking Campbell's arse, are you getting him another game?
Yeah, I'd question that. Personally, no.
Exactly. It's hard to define what's a cut-off point and what.
You're 100% right, and I think this is what everybody's looking at. There's people signing one side, there's people signing other side, right? And I understand that, and there's a lot of attachment. And I'm sorry for mentioning Wilder's name again. I apologise for that, but it's the only reference I can give.
Can I just stop you there, Ian? Don't ever apologise on this channel.
Right.
Apologise for now.
Reminds me, and our friend from Leeds there, and you're a young man, but you will probably have had this conversation with anybody that's a Leeds fan from many, many years ago, the Don Revie years. When Don Revie left, nobody could do that after him, right? So I think we suffer from that a lot with Wilder, right? Because he's given us so much, and I appreciate that, and I'd never fault him for that. But no. For me, if it's shit, no matter which way, but see you later.
That's fair enough. We'll just say we've got the big dogs in the chat today. Sheffield United way. Shout out to them.
I think for me, it's Oxford or Charlton. Obviously, Borough and Ipswich, hard places to go, no matter who you got as manager. I think we'd be lucky, even if we had Wilder in charge, we'd be lucky to even get a point at any of them places. But it comes to Oxford, it comes to Charlton, you've got obviously a relegation scrapping side, who also Wilder lost to, don't get me wrong, he lost to him, but at last year, and I think this year, will still be a relegation scrapping side. And you've got Charlton, who's a newly promoted side. And if we don't pick up 2 wins or a draw and a win against them 2, I think it's gone. For me, anyways.
So I do agree. However, I've said that I would give him up till about 10 games. I don't think he's going to get that long.
I think another thing as well is sorry, Connor. Another thing as well for me to add on to is, and I've said mentioning him again, but like I said, it's the only really example you can go to is in that League One promotion season, 100 points. We claimed 1 point from 5 games, and he took him 5 games to even get a win. And we ended up winning that league with 100 points in style. You know what I mean? So it's hard. It is hard, and I do get why people say it's wild. I get it, but in my opinion, it was time to go. It was only going to be a matter of time, and what we'd have to get rid of him sooner rather than later because he would have either walked or he would have either gone himself. So I say Oxford or Charlton for me personally, but I guess we'll see. Like Connor said, I don't think we'll give him much longer, anyways. Regardless.
So I think that's what's irritating with, and a lot of people are getting tired of the Wilder comparisons and stuff. But a lot of people seem to have got short memories about what they said about Wilder at the time. Because I remember those first 5 games, and I remember a lot of people calling for his head straight away. They wanted Wilder gone. But now they claim, oh no, we could see what he was trying to do. We could see what he was trying to implement. No, you couldn't. You wanted him gone.
Connor, that is the exact same conversation I had outside Bramall Lane. That is the exact same conversation I had outside Bramall Lane. And I said, what about them first 5 games when Wilder didn't, when he came 1 point from 5, we got back 3-0 at home to Southend. You know what I got back? They didn't say anything about that. They went, but you don't sack a manager with 92 points because they couldn't answer that question.
Exactly.
Right, so Ian's got something to say.
Yeah, I fully respect what you're saying, by the way, about the Charlton game. Forget the other one, but the Charlton game. And I respect where you're going with it and giving him a chance. And maybe I'm being a bit too hasty, but I just look at the body language of the players at the moment. And I understand it's not all about man management. I get that. You know, when you go to work, you've said this often enough, Connor. When you go to work, you don't always like who you work with or who you're working under, but you respect them and you get on with your job, right? That's how that's life, full stop. But it just, for me, the way he communicates, the way he comes across, everything about him, it's like a, and it's just, there's just nothing there that, for me as a person, would encourage me to do it. I'm sorry, but that's how it is.
Right, so I'm going to have my opinion on it now. Right, so I have tried to back him. I've tried to get behind him. My issues is I've seen what he's tried to do, but I've not seen no plan B, because clearly plan A is not working at all.
Excuse me.
The improvements on the pitch have been minimal, and granted, it may be because we don't have the correct personnel in, but regardless or not, you do have a bunch of players there, and you are the boss. So, me personally, I think Charlton game, that's the game after Middlesbrough, that's giving him till the end of the window. Hopefully, I'm fingers crossed the board back him and get him everybody in he needs. And then that's getting him the 2 weeks international break to gel them players and get them ready. And if you can't get a tune for Charlton, and I'm not saying a draw, I need a win at Charlton, because these are teams we are supposed to be winning.
Yeah.
And that's not being big-headed. That's me looking at the facts, figures, and looking at the clubs. Sheffield United, on paper, are a better team than Charlton. So we should be winning them.
So,
sorry. Oh, go on.
Can I just say, Ricky? So you're saying that we've not really seen like any plan B, and I agree to an extent. However, I think we have seen a plan B.
Have you seen it? Have you changed it? Right, not from the beginning. During the game, have you seen it change during the game?
No, not seen
that.
it change
That's
during
what
the game.
I'm on about.
Not
You
seen
go
it
with
change during the game.
There's always a plan A during your game. That's your main plan. But during the game, that's when you switch it up. That's when you realise A ain't working, so we've got to go to B. That's what a plan B is.
So
that's not changing your tactics completely in a different game. That's mean during the game.
Barring yesterday, what game could you have changed the tactics in? That's just a genuine question. I don't think you could have changed the tactics in any game that we've played so far this season, because we've not had the people to come off the bench to change the tactics. Because it's all good wanting to change the tactics during the game, like just changing a full 11. You can't really do that without making substitutions. But so this is me just asking a genuine question. What games that we've played so far this season would you have changed the tactics in, and what would you have liked to have seen change? Because there's nothing really that I've seen that could have changed.
What's happened every single game?
We've lost.
Yeah, but what has happened during the games?
Midfield's got played around.
They've straight down middle, have they?
And this is why I said
barring yesterday.
So why not overload your midfield?
We do.
Who do you bring on?
You take Brooks, play him in middle. He can play in middle. You put Barry as your 10. You drop O'Hare. Do you know what I mean?
O'Hare'd get overrun. So would Brooks. So it's still the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you say you put Barry in middle?
Barry is the 10. And yes,
Barry can really play a 10.
He can play 10. He played for 10. He played for Villa numerous times as a number 10. He can play across. What? No.
He's not really played. He's played about 4 games.
He can play right. Right. Look at his finger when he first come. He can play it across the entire front line.
Yeah, but he's played about 4 games for Villa, Ricky. That's my point.
Yes, reserves and that.
Yeah, that's youth. It's different. It's like men's football compared to obviously kids' football.
What I'm saying is, don't play with the wingers, overload your midfield, drop them back a bit.
Wednesday, not for me. I don't think.
Well, I think we did that against Swansea. I think we did try
Yeah.
and drop. Yeah, against Swansea, I think it started
We
like.
sat
I
deep.
don't think we
We sat
changed
deep.
it.
Yeah,
But
we sat deep, but it weren't compact, were it? It was still open. We may have sat deeper, but there was space, too much space.
But is that it? But is that a player issue or is it a system issue? Because in my opinion,
But-
that's a player issue because of
but if the-
obviously City, for example.
So, right, this is not. I don't like Wilder. You know I don't.
hmm
Right, so this is me. I had a go about Wilder not contributing in control of his players by stating one thing, saying he wanted to play positive football, but yet his players are passing side to side, left to right, back and back. He says he doesn't tell them to do that, but yet the players are doing it. And my question were, well, that's a bad manager because he's not in control of his players. Why? Sellis has been here since, yes, I get there's a culture at the club, but after months now, it's been a few months he's been in charge. I don't care. You could have worse worker. You could have, right? You could start bending them a little bit. Do you know what I mean? They still do the job. So for me personally, that's telling me he's not in control. And if he's not in control after 2 months, do you get what I'm saying?
I completely get what you're saying, mate, and I do agree with you to an extent. But you've also got to look. He's not got the luxury of like being able to drop players and bring somebody else in because we've not got the squad depth to be able to do that at the minute. Maybe at the end of the window we are going to be able to do that, but at the minute I do completely understand what you're saying, and I remember Wilder saying I'm not telling him to do this last season. So obviously you're trying to keep the same consistencies that you had from last season for Wilder and the same expectations, saying that obviously you were a bad manager because you can't control his squad. You're putting those same expectations on Sellers, which is completely fair. You're judging them both
Right,
on the same
so
cover.
where I work, I'm a manager. Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
When I go into my area, I have Matt, right, perfect example. If the staff aren't performing to the level what's expected to him, it's up for me to get him to that level. Do you get what I mean? And then end of the day, it falls on me if we're not hitting targets. Do you get what I mean? It don't fall on them, it falls on me. Yeah, I can go out there and go, no, you'll do this, but they're not bothered. They'll just go home. To get what I mean? So what do I do as a manager to get them wanting to do the job?
You're bringing players. You're bringing people who actually want to work for you.
I don't have the luxury of doing that.
So it's completely different horses for completely different courses, though, Ricky. Because on a football pitch, the dynamics change every single week.
I
Your
totally
opponents
understand.
change. Whereas in our sort of backgrounds, obviously, with what you do and with what I do, it's completely different. You've got your targets that you work towards. Your targets are pretty much the same, like constantly. They might go up a little bit, they might go down a little bit, depending on obviously your workforce and like the amount of staff that you've got on. However, on a football pitch, it's completely different. You've got different level of players that you're playing against every single week. You've got obviously different things that you need to counteract. If a player doesn't buy into obviously what you're saying, ideally you need to be able to drop him and bring somebody in that can do what you're asking him to do.
Understandable.
But he's not got the squad to be able to do that at the minute. At the end of the window, maybe. But I think it's a little bit unfair to be putting that sort of stress on him. Maybe I'm just trying to be too lenient because I
really do think you are.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what?
that's
Can I
fair enough.
add
Obviously,
something
got different
on this?
opinions.
Can I add something on this? Going back to what you said about obviously changing the system around and stuff in the midfield. End of the day, he's been dealt a hard hand by the board. He's been dealt a bad hand because he's come in.
Listen, right,
hold on, can I? Sorry, sorry. I'm not being arsehole. Just he's come in. We've lost our best centre back. We've only just pretty much replaced him now at the end of the window with Tanganga. We've also lost our best midfielder, which we haven't even replaced yet. The midfield was on the ground anyways because of obviously Shackleton injured, Davies injured, leaves Alblaster injured, leaves us with only one defensive midfielder within Samari, and is he even a defensive midfielder? He's more like a box to box, not an all-out defensive midfielder. So he can't necessarily change his tactics when he can't actually change the players to suit them tactics. I think the best thing to view him on is after the window, we get some players in who can also fit these roles, different roles, more defensive, bit more fucking height, bit more power midfield, and then judge him on his tactics. In my opinion,
I'm gonna play devil's advocate there, though, Harrison, and I'm gonna side with Ricky on that one. So you're obviously saying that wait until you can't change the system because we've not got the players to suit those tactics, but we've not got the players to suit the tactics that he's playing at the moment as well. So you've got to look at it from both sides. Obviously, the only solution that we've got at the minute, and I wouldn't want this personally, is it's a case of sit back and hope for a draw every single game, pretty much. That's all we've got currently until we bring these players in. So I'd rather see us try and give it a go and get a system implemented like we did under Wilder in the early days with the 3-5-2. Bring the players in and then obviously see the performance increase gradually. But go on, Ricky, you were going to say something like that.
So, like I said, I think he should be matching his tactics to suit the players at the minute until he gets the players in. But can I just say, right, you're saying that it's like Paul Sellis, like he's lost his best midfielder, he's lost his best defender. He were in a worse pickle than what he were at Reading. He had nothing, nothing whatsoever.
And he did fine.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So at the moment, he's got more assets to his hands than what he's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, good point.
So at Hull, he were obviously held back a bit, weren't he? But he still managed to do his job there, didn't he? Kept him up.
Yep.
At Reading, he had his hands tied behind his back, but he still managed to do a good job. Why is it not working now? Because he's dealt with individuals. There's been right. Robinson won't be the first dickhead he's dealt with.
No, definitely not. But
do you understand what I'm saying? So why not, as a statement, you go, right, Mr. Robinson, you're not bigger than this club. Do you know what I mean? You move along, but you give him the armband again.
Yeah, and I don't understand what you're saying, to be honest.
That weren't anybody's choices. That was Ruben's choice.
Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. Wilder did it. Eckenbottom did it. Sellers has now done it. I don't get it.
Clearly they do see something in him because he's probably the most vocal in changing room and whatever else, and that usually goes a long way. Like if he's the only one that's standing up and saying that he does want the armband, then he's going to get it because you need somebody that wants to be the captain. But I think that is just part and parcel of his ego because he thinks that he's better than what he actually is.
One thing that comes to mind when talking about Robinson is it come across over the weekend. Someone stayed behind after the game while the players were clapping the fans and stuff, and all the players were grouped together, and Robinson was miles away on his own.
Yeah.
As a captain, you should be leading them players, picking them off at ground. Come on, guys, we can do it. You know what I mean? We'll go again next game. We can do it again. But yet, somehow, all the players are at the bottom of the family stand. He's halfway next to the cop by himself. That's not a leader. That's just being fucking knobhead.
I've never seen him do that in all the time that he's been captain at this club, though. Like, you look at him.
There's a picture on Twitter.
Yeah, I've seen it. But what I'm saying is I've never seen him pick a player up and like put an arm around him and say, it's all right, come on, we'll fucking move on, we'll do what we need to do.
No,
he's
not captain
never
material.
done that. Look at what happened in Premier League. He was trying to fucking scrap with Vinny Souza.
Yeah.
That's not what a captain does. A captain goes across when two players are bickering between each other and says, shut the fuck up, get on with it, let's fucking move on.
Can I just say something what Sellers would say about Jack Robinson, about him walking off on his own, going around on his own, right?
Bad transition.
Great transition, how quick he went to changing room.
Progress. No, progress is his big word now.
The progressive transition.
Oh, flaming hell if I have to hear that again. Robbo, for me, right. Have you ever, right, got a silly question. Have you ever done any coaching?
Yes, plenty.
Right. So, and sorry, I didn't mean that as it sounded. Right. You can have, in a group of players, best player you've got. Best player, and I've done it. I've done it with young'uns, right?
Oh, can I just ask you, do you mean like in my job? Or do you mean like football coaching?
Football.
No, never done football coaching. I did it. I did a course while I were in school.
Right.
Sports leader sort of thing.
Well, just let me tell you something here. See that lot there?
Yeah.
Right. I've coached over there. I've coached in Manitoba Major League here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I've had lads in teams that have been my best player.
Mm-hmm.
And rest of lads, you can see the shit going on, right? And I've sat them down and said, right, what's going on?
Yeah.
This, and this. And I've got rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because for the better of the team. Now, Robbo, for me, is that player.
100% agree.
I'm no expert. Don't get me wrong, but I've done it at a level, that fits my level, kind of thing. And I think that the same principle applies.
Of course it does. Football's the same it's the same from grassroots up to like the Premier League, basically. It's just the tactics and tactical nous changes, but the core principles of football are exactly the same. If you've got a bad egg, if you've got a cancer, what do you do with it? You cut it out.
Yeah.
That's the way that it should be. But I don't understand it, Ian. Like, we've had 3 different managers that have all like given him the armband, trusted him to 3. Eckenbottom trusted him.
Eckenbottom didn't know it with Egan.
Is it more? Is it more of?
When
Sorry, mate.
When he got injured, though,
Right,
Jack Robinson got the armband.
He got it with an L, and then when it was finger, it was and Wilder what give it.
Mate, Anel got the armband took off him while Hecky was still here.
It went when Hecky were it.
He did it while Hecky was still here because of all the transfer rumour bollocks that were going off. If you remember, Anel's dad come out at the time.
Oh,
yeah. We're Napoli and all that.
What a wanker he is, by the way. He's fucking fat, that prick. But that when all that went off, Anel's performances obviously started going downhill, and that's when we seen Robinson get the armband. So I understand what you're saying, but we have had 3 managers that have chosen him as like to be a captain at one point or another. It might not have been first choice, but he's right up there.
So is that more a case of people not stepping forward for it, do you think?
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Ricky, what do you think?
It sounds daft, but do you reckon it might be a hierarchy thing?
Definitely. There's always an hierarchy, wherever you work.
As in, like, above sellers who's like putting this decision on him, because I just don't understand how one manager, fair enough. Wilder, fair enough. But Eckenbottom made him captain. Sellers now made him captain. All fans can see that he's a fucking cancer and that no one likes him and he's a knobhead. But yet he still gets picked, which makes no sense.
So we've got somebody in our WhatsApp chat that I'm not going to name him because I know he won't want his name out there, but he knows a lot about the club, and I've spoke to him about Jack Robinson a lot. And Jack Robinson is an ego and a voice in the dressing room. That is the problem that you've got, because we've not got many other leaders at this point. Previously, which is why it won't have been as much of an issue up until now. But you look at the names that we've had while Jack Robinson's been at the club. We've had Billy Sharps, we've had John Egan's, we've had fucking, who else have we had at club while Robinson's been?
McGoldrick, Fleck, Basham.
Basham, yeah. All senior players, all big voices, big characters, leaders. They're all gone. Yeah. Jack Robinson's the one that's left. Jack Robinson's the one that's here. Who's here to put Jack Robinson in his place? Who's here to say, shut the fuck up, you're out of line, get in line, or I'm going to sort you out?
There's only one. For me, that's Harmer, but obviously he's not doing it.
But Gus is not that sort of person, though, is he? Gus is your ego. Gus has got an ego, but he's got an ego when he's on the pitch. He's not got an ego off the pitch. Look at what he's like with fans and stuff. He knows that he's a fan favourite. He goes out of his way to make time for fans, good with kids, all that sort of stuff.
He's laid back, isn't he? He's very laid back.
Exactly. But when he's on the pitch, he has got an ego. But I want players to have an ego while they're on the pitch. But I don't want people that have got an ego on and off it. Why? And you especially don't want somebody that's got an ego off the pitch being the captain of your fucking club.
Who took it on last year when Robbo were out? I've forgotten and I apologise for
that. Blaster had the captaincy before Robbo come back into the team. And did Suter have it when Blaster got injured?
Vinny. It was Vinny.
Was it Vinny? I thought it was Suter.
Vinny. He said, because Chris Wilder's interview, what he said that Vinny needed it more than any other lads.
Right.
Yeah, you might be right, mate.
But then did Robbo get injured at some point?
That's why Suter come into the squad.
No, Robbo were out at the beginning of the season, which is why we brought Suter into the squad. And obviously Suter was the starter like after that point because he was just absolutely fantastic.
So
I miss him.
With Suter, I think he was that voice what did tell Robbo to shut the fuck up.
Like you mentioned, Ricky, look at what it was like with Gilchrist. Every single time he was saying, you get here, you stay there. If we get beat, we get beat, but you get in position.
So let's stop looking at the back at bad and let's look to the positive. Me, Burrows, Tanganga, Godfrey, Wu. That on paper, arguably one of the strongest backlines in the championship, and that me personally, I say that's O'Shea and fucking whatever his name is. Competitive, do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
That's up there with that.
It's second after Ipswich, but yeah, it 100%.
But no, right. I think Ipswich have the better centre backs, but is that going to include their left back and right back? I'm on about the full back line.
Leif Davis.
Yeah, they've got Leif Davis and Ben Johnson, mate. That's a really good back line.
Great player.
Is Woolward definite? Is Woolward definite? Is that? I mean, do we know?
I'm confident.
Right. Woo! So let me play devil advocate here. What happens if we don't get him?
Godfrey at right back probably, and then Bindon and Tanganga in centre halves.
Fair enough.
Another one, right? So I feel we've missed a beat. I think we should have got Amzami.
So he was supposed to be going to Wrexham, weren't he? But I don't think he's fucking signed
from that. Do you know what? It's a bad business deal as well, right? Because you're going to make your money back on shirt sales. Bangladeshis love him.
Yeah, that's clearly why Wrexham have gone for him.
That's clearly why we're going for Woo.
He's a big commercial signing, and that's what Wrexham are doing well. They're making these big commercial signings. They've not hit the ground running this season, though. Obviously, what have they got? They got a point so far against Wednesday. So they've not had a good start. But then you look at the signings that they've brought in, and it's going to take time for them to adjust. Like they brought in some good players. Obviously, Kiefer Moore, even though he's shit. Like he was shit for us. If you play in a system that's going to suit Kiefer Moore, where you've got fast wingers putting balls into the box where he can fucking score headers or he can score tap-ins from 3-4 yards out, he will score your goals. He's not your main number 9. He's not your main number 9 that's going to be fit and play 90 minutes every single.
It's frozen again. The hamsters.
Are we at it again? Sorry, boys.
Mine went earlier on, actually. I don't know what happened. Mine went earlier. And you've infected mine, Connor.
That's it, mate. I'm a disease. But you've got Callum Doyle, who they've signed, another good player. Lewis O'Brien, another player that we were linked with for years. Good player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh Windass, half decent. I don't really rate him particularly. I know a lot of United fans do for some reason, but not me. So they have made some good signings, but they've not hit the ground running. Far from it. So it's not just us that are in a concerning position. Ipswich have had a really, really tough start to the season. Don't get me wrong. They've had to play Southampton, Birmingham, and Preston.
Yeah.
So, but you look at them. They drew with Birmingham and Southampton, but lost to Preston.
But it's kind of a godsend. It's kind of a godsend that the big teams or the big hitters, what we thought were going to be the big hitters in the league. Yeah, and I do believe they will be once they start in form and confidence starts coming. But we've got to be grateful that they haven't started running away yet, just like us. So there's always that catching point at the moment. You get what I mean? That's one thing we've got to be grateful for.
I agree, because Stoke are not going to be up there at the end of the season. I think they'll be a lot higher than what people think they were going to be before the season started, because they have got a good squad and they've got a good manager in Mark Robbins. So I think Stoke are top. Middlesbrough are up there. Middlesbrough, they're always around playoff area. That's always where they are, and I think they'll be in that area again this season. The only team that have started really, really well this season that could be up there at the end of the season is Coventry. Yeah. They've started well. They've got 7 points from the first 3 games. But do we think that Coventry are going to be pushing for top 2? Because I don't. I think they'll be in that 3 to 4 area. I think your teams that could potentially run away with it. Ipswich, if Ipswich get firing with the squad that they've got, they should run away with it. But Southampton, I can't see them running away with it. I think they'll be in playoffs most of the year, potentially pushing for top 2. And Leicester, I know Leicester have had an half-decent start, but if they get a points deduction at any point, which it looks like they're going to, how is that going to affect them? Because it's not going to be no -2 like what we started season on. It's going to be a 9 or a 12, probably. Ooh. That saps your confidence. So that's the way that we've got to look at it. It's not the end of the world, and I'm glad that you did move on to this point, Ricky, because we're definitely not out of it just yet. We do need to get fire in, but eventually we are going to have to make a judgment call on sellers. I don't.
That's it.
Him again.
And they bring.
Fucking hell, fire.
Rid of Wilder. I can't see that happening, but did I break?
It's not going to be a Wilder. It's not going to be a Wilder. It ain't going to be a Wilder.
Oh no, it's not going to be a Wilder.
And then you've got to start scratching your head then as to you're going to have a combination of somebody who knows what they're doing but can pick them up off the floor as well, and that
sausage roll.
Oh my God. Can you imagine that?
But the ultimate shithouser, and you know what? I'll fucking love him if he come and if we started winning. He'd be best manager ever. I will fucking wind them up to fuck with it.
Do you know what will piss me off about, like, if we did end up getting Danny Roll, though? We've had a lot of people crying about how Ruben Sellers is unproven at the top end of the league.
So
Danny Roll's exactly the same. So, but you'll have some people like, oh yeah, Danny Roll's fantastic. Danny Roll's fantastic. Danny Roll's never had to deal with a squad that's as good as this sort of squad. He's very much of the ilk of Ruben Sellers. Don't get me wrong, he did a fantastic job of keeping Wednesday up in that first season, and he got Wednesday a lot higher than what they should have been last season as well. I'll accept that. But he's unproven at the top end of this league. So you've got to keep that same consistency that you've had with Sellers with the next man that comes in. There's 2-3 proven names out there that have fought at the top end of the championship that you could go and get. Steve Cooper, Gary O'Neill, Sean Dyche. Dyche is one of Wilder's good mates in football, so I can't see that happening. Steve Cooper working with FA, probably not going to happen. Gary O'Neill, don't know how true this is, but apparently he already turned the job down previously.
Can I pause you 1 second? 151 people on Twitter.
Bloody hell.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I do appreciate it. But please, 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 can you jump over to YouTube, smash the motherfucking like button, and a subscribe while you're at it.
That's what we need. So I just want to bring Scott's comment up. So Sean Dyche, did you see his interview with Mentality?
Right, lads. Connor, I'm gonna bid you farewell because I've got a few bits and bobs to sort out, and we've gone on longer than I intended to do. But I'm gonna leave you to go run through comments if that's all right with you, Sunshine.
Yeah, of course, mate. Of course.
Right. So thanks, Ian. Thanks, Harrison. But I will bid you all a good bless.
Part-timer.
Yeah, take care, Ricky. Talk to you in a bit, mate.
So, Ricky.
At work at 6 o'clock in the morning, Sunshine.
Grow up.
You know I'm messing. Sit a bit.
No commitment.
No commitment. Up the blades.
Sit a bit.
So I did see Sean Dyche's interview, but then you've also got to take into consideration, Scott, Sean Dyche has lost more games in football than he's won, or not won more games than he's actually won.
What's he said in this interview? Because I ain't seen it.
Where he's talking about, obviously, modern day managers wanting to focus on the style and performance rather than the actual result. But he's saying, obviously, he focuses on results. But
that's just Chris Wilder, isn't it?
Yeah, you can. In my opinion, you can only say that if you're winning more games of football than you're losing or you're drawing. And there's a rare few of those out there, like your Peps and your Klopps and stuff like that. That's about it. Sean Dyche is saying that. Yeah, sounds great on paper, but then his style of football is not particularly attractive. Yeah, fair enough. He's got a track record of getting out of this league, but he's saying it as a generic, like, broad stroke for football.
Right message, wrong messenger.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd want Dyche, to be honest.
Sean Dyche is just a better version of Chris Wilder. Yeah. And if we sack Chris Wilder, the point in bringing in Sean Dyche is just 0 to none.
Sean Dyche will get you results, but again, these owners clearly want to go in a different direction where we're playing like an attractive style of football, and that's why they've tried bringing Sellers, and it's not worked so far. Don't get me wrong, but I can't see them going for that sort of like dinosaur manager, if that's what you want to call it. I think that's a bit harsh, but
for me, it's Gary O'Neill or nobody, in my opinion.
Steve Cooper, but
Steve
again,
Cooper or Gary
probably
O'Neill,
not
but
gonna
Steve
take
Cooper,
it.
I say Steve Cooper's got into FA ante, so I doubt he'd be poised
Yeah.
for a return to foot management anytime soon. So I think only possible candidate out there for me is Gary O'Neill.
Yeah,
Where is he? Oh, is he unemployed at the minute?
Yes,
O'Neill is, yeah.
ex-Bournemouth, ex-Wolves, did a job with Bournemouth, did a job with Wolves.
Right, yeah.
But he
I just-
apparently turned the job down. So why is he
I
going to
know,
take it
I
now
know,
when
I've
we're in
seen
a
that as
worse
well.
position?
It's hard, isn't it?
That's
Turn
what
the
I'm
job
offering
down
some-
when,
unless you're
though,
offering some
Connor?
fat
When did he
paycheck.
turn it down? Under
After-
previous owner or this one?
After Wilder got sacked. We were talking to Gary O'Neill. So this is my question. Why would he take it now when we're in a worse position? Yeah,
Oh,
fair
yeah.
enough. We've got signings in, but he could have took it at the beginning of the summer, got his own signings in to play the style
Yeah.
of football that he wants.
Yeah.
So
Don't fancy it.
those three candidates, obviously, with Dyche being one of Wilder's like good mates in football, I can't see Dyche taking it.
What about Ralph Hasenhüttl?
Obviously, he were mentioned, but
Yeah,
is he just another Ruben Sellers? I know he's like managed at top end of Championship before, but
better version of Sellers, isn't it? Sellers was his understudy.
now,
But,
so
dunno.
Dean is onto something here. So get their hands in the pocket. They screwed it up. Go and get Rasinha. Lovely
I
and
love that.
Rasinha, but he's got a fantastic job in France at the minute. Why?
Oh, he's not coming back from France, mate.
No, why would he come back here? I absolutely love Liam Rasinha. I think he's a fantastic manager, and I love his ideas and the way that he plays football. But I can't see it happening.
We
But
should have
saying
got
that-
him. We should have got him when he got sacked from Hull, in my opinion,
Yeah, but
because he was
saying that-
wrongfully sacked, and that would have been a proper opportunity for him.
But saying that, you look at Will Still. Who would have
Yeah.
thought that Will Still would have took a championship job? I
But
thought-
he has properly got his shoes on the table, though, hasn't he? At
Yeah.
Strasbourg, Chelsea's feeder club. He gets up Chelsea fucking next one of the kids through his door.
True.
Who can complain with that?
Exactly, mate. So, yeah, I think that's probably a no as well. But I do
I'd love
really
it,
like
but-
Liam Rasinha. I think he's a fantastic manager.
If you want, if you want a manager who can work with youth, there's no better person at this minute than Liam Rasinha. But just
Yeah.
no chance. I think that oldest person in his starting 11 at the first game of the season was 21, 22.
Yeah.
That's just unbelievable.
He's quality. He's very good at what he does. And then if you sit back and have a look, unless you're going to pull somebody out of another club, which will become, you know what I mean? It's you're struggling, aren't you?
Yeah. But even then, Ian, who do you pull out of another club?
Oh, I agree. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, who's that's gone up to Rangers in Scotland
Russell
there?
Martin.
And he's bloody hell, he's not having a right time up there, is he? But
No.
you know
He's
that
getting fucking
kind of, and I
slapped.
don't particularly mean him, but a name is what I'm saying that you pull out of a club, and there's no guarantee they're going to come, and there's no guarantee that they do any better. And like I said, Rossini definitely is a good shout, but then, where do you go? I personally, would I want Steve Cooper? No.
Any reason behind that? Apart from that, he looks like a smackhead.
Fair call. Yeah, that'll do.
I really like Steve Cooper. Don't get me wrong, it's not proactive football, it's counter-attacking football that he plays, but he relies on quick wingers. And he does get from back to front very quick. So I would be on board with Steve Cooper.
I think this right here just proves that if we sack Sellers, where the fuck do you go?
There's not many
People are saying, "Oh, sack him, bring back Wilder." No matter what my opinions are on Wilder, obviously, if you watch channel, you know I've said about Wilder many times. I'm happy he's gone. Didn't like the bloke, but I do see the arguments bringing him back. However, coming from like a neutral perspective, none of my opinions in this, what I'm going to say now, matters. He's just been sacked from board. I think I've seen something somewhere where he feels like he's been badly done to, a bit mugged off. Why the fuck would he come back? In a logical aspect, not because of my personal opinions, but in a logical aspect, why would he come back after he's been sacked off?
The only reason that he would come back is that I don't think it'll happen. I'm like 99% sure that Chris Wilder won't come back to the club. But the only reason that he would come back would be because he knows for a fact that he'd have the board on strings. Like he'd get whatever he wants. There's no way that the board would bring. He'd get a massive like severance package built into his contract.
Do you think Do you think the reason why did him and the board have like a bit of a dispute, or was it just kind of like a mutual, right, mate? See you later. Not want you anymore. Oh, you froze, Con. Oh shit, Wi-Fi's
there we
gone.
go.
We're back.
So there's all sorts of things going about why he ended up leaving the club. There's obviously reports that he had a meeting with the board just after the playoff final, and that they said, "Oh yeah, we're giving him 100% support," and then ended up sacking him 2 weeks later or whatever it were.
Yeah.
There's contrasting reports that obviously he knew that he were gone after the playoff final, and that were that. So it's all about what you believe, because I obviously I know bits and bobs, but I don't know 100% which way that is.
I think looking at it from like a neutral's perspective, without anyone's personal opinions involved here, so I want to put my opinion aside. Sacking a manager who just got you 92 points in any other season, that would have been automatic promotion. That's ballsy. There has to be a proper underlying reason for that, because at the same time, yes, his football wasn't attractive. Yes, it was boring. Yes, I felt fucking shit even when we won. But we still got 3 points majority of the weeks, or a point.
Yep.
Leeds could have done the same with Farker.
And then you've seen how slow our business has been this window. Obviously, Wilder would have been very vocal about this. We know what it was like. He would have been fuming how our window's gone. Do you maybe think the board had a conversation with him and said, "Oh, listen, this is our transfer window, this and other," and he didn't agree with it at all? Spat dummy out. That's why he's gone. Potentially.
So there's no sort of rumblings about that being the case. So no, I'm going to go with no, because if that was the case, I think that'd be out there as well.
Do you see my logic, though?
Do you think it's where he portrayed himself? Sorry, Addison. Do you think it's where he portrayed himself in public? Because I know American businessmen, they've got a different slant on things as to how the management team should in any business should behave.
Yeah, I agree, and that might have been part of it. Personally, my thought on it is they were happy with the 92 points, but they weren't happy with how we played football.
No.
You look at like NFL and ice hockey, NHL, all that sort of stuff. It's all a spectacle. It's all about putting on a show and a performance and whatever else. So they were probably looking at that last season and thinking, I'm bored out my fucking tree.
They want value for money.
Yeah. So I think they've made a judgment call, and I don't think this window has gone to plan. I think it's far from gone to plan. I think it has been a shit show. But I think they made that judgment call thinking that they could bring a manager in, back the manager, and it were automatically going to work because we were just going to develop on the squad that we had last season. However, it's not worked like that so far because the manager's not had the backing and the results are not going our way. We've not had a good start.
Okay, can I ask another question? Do you think, and I've seen it about a few times, obviously the Prince had his way of dealing in back end at window for his own reasons, and I respect that. Whether you believe he were right or wrong, he felt that he were right dealing with transfers at back end at window. I always said he got better value for money. Now the infrastructure that he'd left behind, do you think these lot have adopted that, and that has been part of why we've left it till the back end to get people in?
No, I know that for a fact that that's not the case. So the original plan was to get players in early. That's not happened for whatever reason. That obviously the only people that know that are the board. We don't know. But I know for a fact that that was the plan. It was to get players in early, get the squad bedded in, get the deadwood out. But it's not happened that way. Don't know why it's not happened that way, unfortunately. I'd love to know. I'd love to be a fly on wall in one of these board meetings and see what's going on. But obviously, there's all sorts of rumours going about unrest, board members leaving, and all that sort of bollocks. We don't know. Obviously, things can look completely different from the outside to what they are actually on the inside. So board members might be listed on the website that are genuinely no longer there anymore. That is genuinely a possibility. So that we could be in an absolute shambles for all anyone knows internally. But I don't think we are. I just think there's been a lack of communication, slow business dealings, overconfidence, incompetence, and it's not gone the way that we thought. And I think we are panicking a little bit here.
And I think that's down. You've got to put it down to the fact that they are new owners. They probably don't know. But again, I mean, I know I'm probably going to say a swear word here, Bettis. But you know, him and people like him, you would have thought would have gently pointed him in the right direction when they were making mistakes.
Yeah, but he is just one board member. This would have been a brave call to do. But based on what we've seen so far and what's happened so far, I would have put Bettis in a Doff role, director of football.
Yeah,
Let him handle that side of thing, even though he's not an out-and-out football man, because he's not. He knows what the club is, and he could have been that spokesperson from the board to the player, to the manager and the players, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Whereas having him as a board member, he can put his opinions across and whatever else. But if he's in a minority and the rest of the board are voting the other way, the decisions are going to be made the other way. This is why a director of football is important. And I think that was the plan, to get a director of football in. For whatever reason, that's not happened. I hope it does happen, because it is important. And if you are going in the right direction, a lot of clubs have got doffs now. Have we ever had one? As far as I know, as far as I know, we've never had a director of football, which is like crazy.
One of the plans for, like, I want to say at one point, one of the plans of somebody like Warnock or Bassett moving upstairs.
But I think Bassett were talked about at one point, or Tony Curry were potentially talked about.
Yeah, just moving upstairs. And I mean, them days, well, I don't think it'd have been called a director of football, would it? I don't even know what it'd have been.
Probably not. We've got, just to let you know, guys, we've got 200 concurrent viewers at the minute, which is
nice one. Well, listen, I heard you say you needed to get to some comments and whatnot, and I've enjoyed being here again. Harrison, next time they give you shit down there, tell them.
I do that anyways, but some people.
Do you know what it is, mate? And I've said it, and I'll say it to your face. I've said it to your face. Obviously, we're backwards and forwards in chat and stuff, and you're such a non-judgmental kid, and you don't bother anybody, and you look at both sides, and you might not always agree, but you think about stuff, right? And for you to get that is fucking a disrespect and a stain on fucking fans of our club.
Honestly, he like I said earlier, that wound me up more than the actual game itself, because you'd think as adults you can have a civilized conversation without it turning out to be insults, and for the fact that stewards were brought across.
Yep.
I'm like I said, it sounds daft, but I'm not a violent person. I don't like violence. I don't agree with it. And for that to happen, it's just an embarrassment. It's fucking embarrassing. I hate majority of our fan base with a passion.
Well, it hasn't upset you to that extent, so that's good. Connor, thank you. Harrison, thank you. Mate. And I'll get myself out of here, and hopefully we get better news with signings and we get a good result at weekend.
Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed.
See you later.
Take it easy.
Take care, lads. Up the blades.
Up the blades, indeed. Up the blades.
Through some comments, Connor, and call it a day.
Yeah, let's do it, mate. We're nearly at 2 hours already. So, Sellis is a big fraud. Ex-Blades player at all stated. None of the players got his tactics.
That'll be Egan.
Yeah, that'll be Egan then. So, I've seen rumours of all this going around, Chris. I wouldn't read too much into it, because it's always, I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. It's all hearsay.
My mate knows our blaster, you know.
Yeah, our mate knows our blaster. But it's just one of them, Chris. It just adds fuel to fire, and it makes things more difficult than what it needs to be. It really does. It's people pushing their own narrative because they want to be proven right about things.
Wi-Fi is gone again, Not looking good.
Oh, have I gone again?
You're back.
Right, cool. But these people don't actually want what's best for the club. They just want to be proven right. That's the issue. So
what gets me is when people go on outbursts on social media, potential signings will look at social media and have a look at what the club's like at the minute. And if you're saying you're moving over to a different country, and you're seeing all these negative comments about this club you could potentially be playing for the next couple of years, do you really want that fucker?
course,
No.
exactly. That's one thing. And then obviously Tanganga was there on Saturday. Tanganga was in the ground, obviously. He'll have heard the boos at full time. And personally, if I was Tanganga, I'd have looked at that and gone, fuck that. I ain't coming here. I ain't coming here.
I'd play with Millwall ball and think, please don't let me go there. Please don't let me go there.
Exactly. So it's... I understand fans booing at full time because the performances that we've seen so far this season have not been acceptable. But then you've got to look at what the perception is going to be of future potential signings, investors, all that sort of stuff. And you've got to take that into consideration, and we've got to have a good public image to make it an attractive proposition for players,
And
investors,
I think
and everything.
This might just me be clutching at straws, but with me and you have said, or people on the stream in the previous streams, we've all said that we all think City Peck is part of the problem, if that makes sense. Not the problem, but the Wilder, the one to push on to Wilder, if that makes sense. But after his social media posts, if that's just publicity, then fuck. But if that's legit, him saying it's three, knock down 3, go again 4 or something, it's a marathon, not a sprint, we keep going. To me, I don't know if it's me clutching at straws, that's a showing an improvement that players are trying to work for this idea and trying to actually play for the club, if that makes any sense.
So, obviously, City got a lot of stick on Saturday, and apparently there were players that were, there were people that were trying to get violent with him, like saying, come here, fucking whatever else. I don't know. Don't know because I wasn't there, so I'm not going to say that that's guaranteed, but that's what's getting said. I don't think City's good enough for this team.
I don't, mate. I don't.
Would I ever go to City Peck and say, right, come here, you little bastard. You've been shit. I'm going to tear your head off. No, I wouldn't. He's a young player. I'm going to be honest and say that I don't think he's good enough. And I think sometimes his attitude is below par. But I'm not going to try and get violent with him and whatever else. And
No,
I think
that's just ridiculous.
His statement were a little bit in retaliation to obviously what's going on.
Was it?
So
I didn't know anything about that, so I don't know. I was looking at it as like a positive point of view, but obviously might have been.
So that's the way that I'm seeing it personally. But it takes a lot of maturity to be able to do that side of things. And I have given him stick, and I've said that he's not good enough, and I don't think he's putting 100% effort in. But it is nice to see that he is obviously putting that statement out there because he knows it's not being good enough. So fair play to him for that, and I hope he does turn it around. I hope he ends up winning fucking Ballon d'Or, same way every other player that plays in the Sheffield United shirt, apart from Jack Robinson. But I want the best for every single player that puts on that United shirt, but I expect 100% effort every single week. If I don't see 100%,
that's a given.
So, and I think that's fair. But attacking players, getting them like proper dogs abuse, like saying shit about the family, fucking threatening them or whatever else, get a life. Unless it's Jack Robinson, aim it all at him because he's a prick. Like, that's absolutely fine. But every other player in that squad, got a lot of young players in squad. A lot of them are not from Sheffield or around surrounding area. There's a lot of Southerners in squad, a couple of foreign lads.
Yeah.
Just get behind them. Let's see what we can do, because the atmosphere that we've had around this club, it's been more expectation than it is actually support recently, which 100%. Is we've become entitled because we've had, like, I'm going to call it glory years, because these have been the best years of me supporting Sheffield United in my lifetime. Obviously, we got promoted under Warnock when I was six or seven.
I was.
But
not in a twinkle in my dad's fucking eye, then, can't.
Exactly, that's what I mean, mate. So we've not had much, but it's like we've come to expect it every single season, and anything below that is not acceptable. We need to remember the positions that we've been in previously, and the shit that we've gone through. The Adkins days, the Mickey Adams days, the fucking days before I were born, where we were in Division 2, Division 4 it were at the time. So where we were in Division 4, Division 3, we've had worse days. It's just because it looks a lot worse now because of what we've come to expect over the last couple of years. So give it time, trust the process, get behind the fucking players, and just do what we're supposed to do as fans. Support them, back them.
Yeah.
Because we can't put the ball in back at net for them. But what we can do is we can fucking cheer them on, gain that fucking extra yard of pace by fucking screaming for them.
I remember a time where, especially in Premier League, that first season in Premier League, the Bramall Lane were a fortress. All commentators were saying it, players were saying it. In that league, was it in 1920, the COVID Premier League season when we got promoted?
It was.
Probably the hardest place to go. Not in terms of footballing ability, as in we'll blow out the water with how we play and we'll beat you 3-6-7-0, but the fact how intimidating it was for the opposition fans, opposition players come and get a result.
There were teams that come here, like Liverpool, that struggled against us. We gave them a game because we got behind the players and the players felt it. When you've got a set of fans that are united behind a team, giving them 100%, it does give them that extra yard. It gives them that extra spring in the step.
Look at Man United at home, 3-3. If it weren't for us on that day, I don't think we'd got that third goal, because we could easily have gone. We went 2-0 up. We went 3-2 down. Players' heads could have easily dropped. Think, fucking hell, we've just lost the lead. We've been 2-0 against Man United. We've thrown it away. This and over. But fans stuck. Fans stayed. Got behind lads. We ended up getting a draw against fucking Man United. Yeah, in 91, 89, 91.
Exactly. But it all went downhill after COVID. But we can't blame it on COVID. At the end of the day, shit happens. Every other team went through COVID. It weren't just us that went through it. Teams have bounced back from it. Teams have come back better. You've got you are entitled to feel frustrated when we're not playing well. But at the end of the day, you're paying your money to see the team do well, put in good performances. The way that they do that to the best of their ability is if we're behind them and gain them 100%. We give them 100%. We expect 100% back, but we're not giving them 100% at the minute, and the players are not giving 100%. So how can we slag them off for not giving 100%?
Yeah, how can we expect them to perform to the best of their abilities when fans are fucking shit?
Exactly. So we need to play our part in it as well, boys. Yep. That's a given, but we'll move on from that anyway.
100%.
So look at Cooper, getting Cooper, Carrick, or O'Neill ASAP.
Carrick, not for me personally.
I don't know how I'd feel about that. How would you feel about
Cooper, O'Neill, I'd take. Carrick, after what's happened at Middlesbrough, no, not for me.
I honestly don't know. I wouldn't be thrilled with Carrick, but I won't be like, oh no, this is a fucking dreadful appointment, blah, 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 blah. I honestly don't know.
Mediocre, innit? It's not going to blow out in the water, but at the same time, it's not going to fucking depress you.
Yeah, it's another name that you could throw into the mix, certainly. But yeah, completely forgot about him, mate. Lone Star Londoner, hey up, mate. Hope you're all good. I hope you're still here. Got 200.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Wi-Fi's gone again, lad.
Yeah, I know, mate. I'm going to have to get that fucking sorted. I've got fibre. Like, supposed to be fucking ridiculously quick, but can't seem to handle a fucking stream. I don't know what's going on with it.
Dog shit, mate.
So, that's it. Gonna have to get in touch with provider. But yeah, we've got 206 viewers in stream at the minute, guys. So really, really appreciate it. Obviously, thank you for the support.
Is that in total on Twitter and YouTube or on YouTube?
Yeah, that's in total, but that's good numbers for us. We usually averaging like between 100, 120 more often than not. So 200, really, really good numbers. So thank you for support, guys. For you guys that are on Twitter, I know we've asked you a couple of times now, but if you can jump across to YouTube, Just United on YouTube, same badge as what you'll see on Twitter, and just drop us a like, drop us a subscribe, and just watch on there so we can get the watch hours in. It's a massive support to the channel. Obviously, we're really, really close to being monetized now. We are growing. We're at about 1.15k subscribers now, so we are going in the right direction, making progress, but we want to carry on growing. Obviously, the content's going to get better. It is still an early days channel, but the way that you can support us, obviously people can donate if they really want to. We don't ask people to do that, but the way that we do want to be supported is if you could just jump across to YouTube, drop us a subscribe, drop us a like, and just watch it on there, basically, because that's the best way that you can support us. It's the best way that we are going to grow. So if you can do that for us, guys, really, really appreciate it. So sounds horrific. Yeah, we're not in the best situation at the minute, but brighter days ahead, mate. Brighter days ahead. Cooper, Carrick, or sausage roll for me, lads. None of them are going to do out anyway with this shite. We're assembling fucking crap, lads. I don't think it's that bad, Chirac. Harrison, what about you?
I think we've got, as it stands currently, we have on paper we have definitely got a top end championship side. As it is now, no matter what, whoever comes through the door at the minute, as it still stands for me, we've still got a side which is more than capable of challenging for playoffs, automatics, just the wrong system at this moment in time. But I think if we're bringing these players, which are rumours coming in, obviously Tanganga, Wu, hopefully, they'll slot right in for the system, and I think we'll be up there regardless.
100%, and I agree. Brighter days ahead, Chirac, but obviously
100%.
thanks for the support, mate. Obviously, you're on every single stream. You're always the first person to comment, and we really, really appreciate it, mate. Big up
Thank you.
yourself. Jamie, I don't like this new manager. He needs to go. You're not on your own there, mate. There's a lot of people that don't like him, and I understand why. I'm not in that boat personally. I think there is something there, but you can't give him too much longer. Like 5 or 6 games more maximum for me, but I don't think he'll even get that long, to be honest.
No.
So people might get the wish like sooner rather than later, but we'll see. We'll see, boys.
I hope not, because I don't want to get to the point where we go through a bad stretch of games. Because at the end of the day, if you actually take a step back and look, yeah, we've played shit, but we're 3 games in to a 46 game season.
Yeah.
And if we're sacking managers after 3 games, I don't want us to become Watford, for fuck's sake.
It sets a precedent, doesn't it? Because obviously if you sack him 1 after 3 games, if the next one comes in and loses the first 3, do you
Then
get
what?
rid of him as well?
Yeah. I know,
So,
it's not sustainable.
Are we going to become a revolving door? Are we going to be a Watford?
I hope not.
Chris, I've had a season ticket since 1982, been to over 75 grounds. I'm no more a blade than someone who's been to 1 game. So fantastic support, that, mate. And it's great to hear. Season ticket since 1982, put up with 43 years of shit. Good effort, mate. Good effort to you, mate. 75 grounds. You've followed them all over the place. Obviously, supporters are supporters, but you people that have been doing that sort of thing where you've committed 43 years of your life to the cause. You are an out-and-out Blades fan, but obviously you're saying that you're no more of a Blade than someone who's been to 1 game. Everyone's got to start the journey somewhere. So I do agree with you, mate, but fair play to you for putting that sort of graft in. Right,
I've only had season tickets since, I think it were possibly 2012, 2011. So what's that, 13, 14 year?
Yeah,
14
still
years.
A good stretch, mate. Very good stretch.
Like I said, and fucking hell, I couldn't imagine it for 43. My shit I've seen in just fucking 14 years. Never mind 40 fucking 3. Fair play.
Exactly. As the song goes, win, lose, or draw, we still come back for more. So
100%.
It is what it is. It's a fucking birthright, unfortunately, or a curse, if you want to say it that way. Scott, how we doing, mate? Debrief. We were shit. Thanks for watching. Yeah.
Thing is with me, right? Debrief. You know me, Con. I look for positives. Godfrey, good signing. Barry again, look threatening. Last 20 minutes, spot on. Can't fault it. Just couldn't eat onion bag. But for the remainder, I even still say for the 70 minutes was still an improvement on the Swansea game. Still an improvement on the Bristol game. We were still shit, 100%. But it is a slight improvement. So hopefully, we're going to improve a bit more going forward. Hopefully, we need to. Yeah. We've got to.
Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. So, S2 for SU again. I think Burrows was really poor, as were almost all of the team. I thought Burrows were all right, personally.
It was better than what it has been.
Yeah, it's we all, even though we're all watching the same football match, we all see completely different things. I've noticed that a lot. So if you think Burrows was shit, he might have been, but from what I've seen, I thought he were okay. I thought he went forward all right. I didn't think he was particularly bad defensively. So
definitely an improvement.
Yeah, definitely an improvement. Not as bad as what he has been in previous weeks. So I'm going to skip over this one. Scots, we've already discussed this. So, right. Peck's doing and playing exactly how Chris Wilder is telling him to play. That's his boy. Yeah, yeah, I do agree. He is Chris's boy, and that's obviously been proven with what he's done after Chris is gone, going out boozing with him. But it is what it is, I suppose. It is what it is. There's only so much that you can do when you've not got a plethora of talent to be able to choose from because of injuries and whatever else.
Yeah.
But Burrows, JT, Godfrey, and Sol. I'm presuming that's your dream backline, Scott, and it's my exact same backline. That's what
Same,
I
yeah.
want.
That brilliant. If
Agree.
that defense still ships these fucking goals we're shipping at minute, then
God help us.
got no words. No words.
So, Board's not backing him. Connor, me, Redmond, Ings, Binden, all not good enough. Tanganga and Godfrey and will be our only decent signings. Rest of shite. Don't agree with that.
What about Barry?
So I think Barry's been all right.
Barry's been, in my opinion, Barry's been a bright spark in a heap of shit, in my opinion.
I think the issue that we've had with Barry is that we've had to rely on him a bit too much to create like what we did with Gus last season. But Louis Barry ain't Gustavo Eimer. He's not as good as what Gustavo Eimer is, but he has offered a lot. Like he has tried things, and obviously it's a shame to see that he is getting frustrated this early on in season as a lone player. But I understand.
Sorry, on this comment though, I think quality signing, exactly what we need, 100%. Is experience, so the leader, quality, is a Premier League player. Well, he has been for the past 10 years. Is that 10 years? Exactly what we need. We've got a young squad. We need leaders in the dressing room. We need vocal points in the dressing room. He will bring that. Is a smart pickup. On the right wages, play him a few times. I'm not saying he needs to start every week. I'm not saying that. If we get Tanganga in, I'd play Tanganga and Godfrey week in, week out. But if, say, an injury happens or substitution, I'd trust me a lot more than I would trust if brought in Binden or Robinson. Redmond is... I don't know how I feel about Redmond.
The thing is, though, Harrison, there's a lot of Burnley fans that are saying that Redmond is also a very, very big dressing room leader, and that it was really, really good for the dressing room for him.
I ain't seen that. So I can't comment. But I think in my opinion, I think would play more than what Redmond would. I think what gets me a little bit is we're strengthening defence. Obviously, brought in Godfrey, we're bringing in Tanganga, Wu for right back. But then we haven't necessarily focused at the top end of the pitch as well. Same with midfield. We brought in Barry, but bar Barry, I'm not counting Yukaki at all because he needs to be loaned out. He's nowhere near championship standard as it stands.
Yeah.
But if the board's answer to our right wing problems is a 23-minute last season Nathan Redmond, then we are in trouble. But if he's coming in for the dressing room, like you've said, then it's not bad. But at the same time, how much is he on?
And you want him as obviously your second option because he is a better player than fucking Andre Brooks. He's miles better player than Andre Brooks.
100%. But then also at the same time, we also need to bring in a starting right winger.
Yeah, 100%, mate. We do need a starting right winger because Andre Brooks and clearly Sellers feels the same way because he played fucking Tom Cannon over him yesterday. And we looked a better team when Andre Brooks come on, but he still weren't spectacular. So that tells you what Sellers thinks of him.
Yeah.
If like you're playing Tom Cannon at fucking right midfield over.
If Redmond comes in my opinion, we're bringing one. In my opinion, we still need to bring in a starting right winger. I'd loan out Brooks and I'd loan out Yukaki. If another right winger comes in ahead of Redmond.
I'd keep Brooks as a third option. I think it's good to have three players as options in those positions.
Thing is, I think even potentially Ty could probably cover right wing if needs be. If it's that bad.
Probably.
Ings, sorry, I'm going through all these names one by one. Ings quality. You keep him fit, like you said earlier, probably best striker in the division. He knows where goal is.
100%.
He knows where fucking goal is. Keep him fit. He's just a 10 times better version of Billy Sharp.
Yeah, it's just a natural ability for him, mate. So I understand. Obviously, he's not got much match sharpness at the minute, and he's had his injuries and whatever else. He's not as quick as what he used to be. But goal scorers are goal scorers. 100%. And if you've watched Danny Ings play, that's not all he is. Links up the play well, holds the ball up well, he can make an opportunity on his own as well. which is not somebody that's going to skin 3-4 players and then obviously slot one straight in back at net. But he is somebody that can shift the ball to the right hand side, make a yard for himself, and get a quick snapshot off that goes through 2 or 3 bodies and ends up in the back of the net. That's the sort of thing that he can do. And I've been watching bits of him. Something else that he's really, really good at, he seems to have got a really, really good first touch to put himself in a shooting position straight away.
I need to watch my highlights after this stream.
I'm watching his goals for Southampton in Premier League when he were there. And something that he is really, really good at is shifting the ball out of his feet off for a first touch, a difficult first touch as well, putting it in front of him so he can shoot straight away, which is something that you want as a striker. You want to be playing those percentage games as a striker. You want your striker having fucking ideally 7-8 shots a game and one of them going in back at net. You don't want a striker that's just there that waits for the right opportunity and is 100% clinical finisher, gets one opportunity a game and scores one a game. You want to play the game by numbers, ideally. You want him creating chances for himself or getting fed the ball and taking an early shot and stuff like that. And eventually one of them's going to go in. You play it by percentages instead of obviously just trying to be clinical. So I'd be a massive, massive fan of him. Bindon, I think we've gone over Bindon enough. Tanganga and Godfrey and Wu, I do agree they're all going to be fantastic. But I don't think that's going to be the end of the business. I really don't. I don't think it's just going to be them 3.
Is that on personal feeling, Con, or
just from overall football and understanding, mate? There's no way that there's no way that they're looking at Nathan Redmond and thinking that they can bring him in as a starting right winger.
Surely not.
There's not. It's impossible. Like Danny Ings is obviously going to be a bit part striker. He's not going to be starting every single game. But I'm happy with Danny Ings if he comes in. There's no centre midfielder on there. Centre midfielder has obviously been one of the big areas that we've looked at all window. We're not all of a sudden going to bail on that now.
Wait, there's no central midfielder on the list, or
no? That's what I'm saying. Obviously, Chirac's not listed any of them.
Right? Okay, yeah, got you.
So what I'm saying is, I don't think that's going to be the end of the business. I think we are still going to bring in a holding midfielder.
We need to.
Who I don't know. But they're going to have to bring somebody in because that's the way that Sellers is wanting to play it. Can't go all season relying on fucking City Peck and Samari. You can't.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, interesting anyway. Very interesting. Hamer is well off form. I do not think he wishes to remain at United. I don't agree. Don't agree. I think he's not played to his potential as of yet, but I don't think it's anything to do with lack of trying or not wanting to be here because he's the one that leads the press and leads the charge. He's the one putting the effort in. Obviously, we all know what's going off like in his personal life. I'm not going to comment on it because I don't think it's right. But if you do want to obviously know what is going off, it's out there. Danny Hall put an article out on it other day if you really wanted to read that. Ginger bastard. But he's putting in 100% effort every week. It's not for a lack of trying. It's a case.
I think our problem is. I think our problem at the minute with what's that for? I think problem is at the minute with Aimer is we're not actually getting him into the game like we did last year.
No.
Hence why people are thinking he's not playing as well, which is not the case. Like if you see him, he's running. He's trying. He's trying to make things work. He's trying to make space, make gaps. But unfortunately, we can't get the ball to him. So I don't think it's a Hamer problem. I think it's a team problem, not getting him involved.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully that's going to change because I do think he will stay with us for at least this window. So Barry would have been an all-right signing if we had a decent team, but the side is bottom 3 all day long. It's not. It's not bottom 3. We're bottom after 3 games. But if you think we're going down or we're going to be in the bottom 3 at the end of this season, you need to have a word with your son, bud. It's not going to happen.
No.
Not going to happen. Too much quality in team. And I know people are going to use Luton as an example last season, but Luton were very similar to what we were when we first went up to the Premier League. They had a lot of League One players that were playing riding the lightning and hit form at the right time. Crest of a wave. But They come back down. They didn't really strengthen in many areas. They brought in fucking Mark McGuinness for like 10 million quid, but then they didn't strengthen in other areas. We are going to strengthen before end of this window, and we're going to be fine. There's no way that we go down. Amos thinking, get me gone from this bollocks. I am surprised that he's not forced to move at this point. I will be honest. I am very surprised that he's not forced to move. But I think that just goes to show a lot about Gus's character and the way that he
Listen,
is.
can't. I'm sorry, mate. I have to go.
No worries, mate. I'm going to finish these comments and fuck off this
sound, mate.
anyway.
Hey, good. I'll give you a message.
Yeah, top man. Nice one for coming
Good
on,
boys.
boys.
No worries. See you in a bit. Bye.
See you in a bit. Oh, petulance of Barry. Oh, we've already been over this comment, mate. Do apologise. Right. Now that we've got Harrison gone, I'm going to have to adjust my camera so you can sit with this ugly mug for the last 10-15 minutes or so. So Sellers is playing a 2-1-6-1. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, Scott. That like the gaps that we've got in at the minute is just absolutely incredible. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's have a look at some others. So Hamer was shown up by Prem teams, as was Susan and El. Hamer is too fat, lazy, and unmotivated. Couldn't disagree more. I really couldn't disagree more, mate. I don't think he's cut out to be a top level Premier League midfielder because I like the physical attributes, but I don't agree with the fact that he's lazy because he's just not. It's coincidentally, it's a lazy opinion to have just by looking at him, his physique and his build. But he's one of the hardest workers that we've got in the team. He's proven that with the way that he presses and the way that he's always leading the charge. Not for me, mate. Don't agree on that one. Not too sure what you're on about there, Kieran. I will have a look, see if you put anything a bit further down. Peter Smith, Senior Football Journal for Sky Sports. Yeah, thought you were, mate. Good stuff. Oh, Temerity Cats buyer from Georgia, Newcastle player. Right. So is this this is the bloke that I run about earlier on in stream? So kick the boardings after no difference of ruling is done. Tongue shouting fuck off after goal versus Liverpool. Yeah. So that's I was comparing it to obviously Gus's celebration and like the outburst of emotion that he had to Ketsbuyer. I couldn't remember the bloke's name, but that's the sort of comparison that I was trying to make. So nice one for that, S2. I'm going to go, what's the score? Yeah, we've already gone over that comment. Ollie, fair play. Already gone over Josh's comment as well. Nice one for commenting, mate. Appreciate it. And obviously well done on the result on Saturday. Hey up, fellas. Just fella now, Kyle. But hey up, mate. Hope you're all good. It's a good deal all round. We get good money, and he's definitely replaceable with Kramer that we have already got. Could be around the same position in the league, couldn't he? Yeah, potentially, Josh. I don't know. I think we'll be in the playoffs at least when things do start clicking. But you lot could quite easily be in the playoffs as well. I don't think you will be. I think you'll just be outside. But I could be wrong. But personally, I think you will just be outside of the playoffs. But Kramer, I do like Kramer. I said it before on the pre-match that we did. I really, really rate him. I think he's a good player. But best of luck to you lot for the season anyway. Quite like your lot, even though everybody else hates you. So I thought we were far too soft on Saturday. Couldn't win a second ball. I don't know what point you joined in, Kyle, but I said this myself as well, mate. We got bullied by Millwall. They did exactly the same to us at Bramall Lane last season, and they always seem to get a result at Lane, to be fair. They just bully us. That is what they do. They've got the game plan. They're very physical. They put themselves about and they work hard, and they take their opportunities when they come up. And that's what they did, again, to us on Saturday. That's what they did. So fair play to them. So we did not play well, but we do have 6 first-team players out, snatch and grab. Yeah, I think I seen this comment earlier, mate. You have got a few injuries and whatever else. Obviously, Doughty's got a long-term injury now. Joe Bryan. So yeah, you came, you did the job that you needed to do, and you got out of there, mate. Fair play. Let's have a look at what else we got. So Ebu Adams would be my choice from Derby. Yeah, I like Ebu Adams. Good player. I just don't know if he's got the physical presence that we need. Really, really good player, reads the game well and got good technical ability. And he is a good holding midfielder, but is he that physical presence that we need, Kyle? I don't know. Might be wrong. Oh, yeah, so we've already been over that comment. Connor and Ricky Mukbang. Yeah, 100% Scott. That's coming at some point. 100%. Robin Bastards YouTube. Yeah, tell him again, Kyle. Tell him again. Absolutely ridiculous, mate. Leaving us poor. Buzzing for you, lads. Cheers, Chirac. Like I said, #1 fan. Appreciate it. Apparently, Redmond is fit and available, by the way. Was just unused at Burnley as they have better options off the bench. Yeah, I think we've already touched on that. Yeah, Burnley had some right wingers. Absolutely ridiculous for Championship level. Having Manuel Benson, Jaden Anthony, Sarmiento, Hannibal, Marcus Edwards. The depth that they had last season was just absolutely ridiculous. Really were. Do you think Ings potentially coming means One might go out on loan? No, I don't think so, because One is going to be used as a left winger option this season. Obviously, we've got Louis Barry to cover left wing. We haven't really got anybody else, so I think One is going to be used to cover left wing this season. Do I think he's ready to be in that position? No, I don't. I think he needs a loan. But it might be a case of beggars can't be choosers on that front, but we'll see. Redmond can't make it up. Okay. Were Redmond and Ings at Southampton when Sellers was there? I think Sellers might have been backroom staff or coaching staff when Redmond and Ings were there. I don't think he was the gaffer. I think he was backroom staff, coaching staff, whatever you want to say. So I thought Ings was training with Borough. They must have gotten really, he's a bit injury prone, isn't it? Craig, I said exactly the same thing myself, mate. That's the only thing that's concerning me, is why was he training with Borough and they've not taken him on? Was it his wage demands? Was he not looking the same in training? Was he not up to the job no more? Has he just had a massive decline? Potentially. That's yet to be seen. I think we'll be able to see all we need to see based on if we offer him a contract or not. If we offer him a contract, it's probably based on the wages that Borough were able to offer him. If we don't offer him a contract, I think you can read into it that he's probably had a massive decline and he's no longer up to the challenge no more. But we'll see. So AI did not spit out Redmond, surely. So the AI recruitment, the heavily AI recruitment based process has now been thrown out the window. That's not something that we're relying on no more. So probably good. I think most people agree that it's probably a good thing that we're not going majorly AI based at the moment, because I don't think it's something that we are ready to do, and I think that's been shown throughout the window. But I think it'll be something that we'll revisit again in future. Reckon we'll see a few kids go out on loan. I hope so. Because that's something that we've not done for a long time in this new era that we've had. We've not sent kids out on loan that have needed to be sent out on loan. We've kept a lot of them around the first team, which, yeah, fair enough, it's a good thing, but they need experience playing at a lower level, getting minutes in the legs. It's massively important. Loaning out to lower league teams has always been a massive part of player development, and it's something that's really, really underrated, and we need to start doing a lot more. It needs to be done heavily. We're signing old injury-prone players. Our future looks shit. But then you've got to look at the position that we're in terms of the dressing room at the minute, Chirac. We've not got no leaders in there. we do need some experience in and around the squad, people that have got experience of getting promoted out of this division. I'm not saying that's what we should be looking at, and then we take the average, like solely, and then we take the average age of the squad up to like fucking 29 or 30. That's certainly not what we need to do, but we need a mixture. We need a mixture of old school and new school, bit of experience to complement the young talent that we've got. Redmond on 10 to 15k is better than Lukaku is back up. Agree. Completely agree. X for the reading YouTube for the visuals. That's a bit confused on what you mean there, Ben. If you want to develop on it a little bit, mate, I'll be getting down to the bottom of the comments soon anyway. So if you want to drop another comment, tell us what you mean by that. I'll revisit that. So realistically, we need 5 to 6 bodies in. You don't get 5 permanents in negotiating like we do unless you bring in 3 of these frees. Could start off the negotiation time as there's not another club. Yeah, agree, Kyle. And we're in that position where we're probably going to have to do that at the minute. I wouldn't trust the board to be able to get 5 or 6 bodies in this week from other clubs. So if we can get 2 or 3 free agents in that have got experience and that have got a little bit of what we need, does cut down the workload, makes us panic a little bit less as well. So we can just focus on 2 or 3 quality signings from other clubs. So yeah, completely agree, mate. Good observation. Recon, of course you do, Kieran. I'm always full of good observations myself, mate. Thank you for that. So at this point, lads, with what? Let's see if you put up further down. 5 was given till the 25th of November. I don't want sellers that long. He won't be given that long, mate. If he doesn't turn around, he'll probably be out the door in the next 2 or 3 games, I reckon. I'd give him a bit longer. I'd give him 10 personally, but I think it'll be 2 or 3 and it'll be gone. I'll tell you what, one thing is for sure, seller's consistent. Well, consistently shit so far. So, yeah, you are right, I suppose. I need to spend 50 million just to stay up. The squad is fucked as we stand today. It's not, mate. You're having a meltdown, lad. You're having a meltdown. So, Kieran, 5 to 6 games. I'm presuming that's how long you give sellers. Yeah, I'm in that sort of ballpark myself, mate. 5, 6 games. Evening Blades, Sheffield United way. Thank you very much for checking in. Obviously, we already touched on it earlier. Thank you very much. If it's Nick, Hal, Ollie, I'm presuming it's Nick. Thank you very much for watching us, mate. Appreciate it. So we can't even remove Poisonous Scouts from the club. It's a madman mess. Yeah, do agree with that. He needs to go. Really, really needs to go. I'd have sacked him after Millwall, but I think the club keeps sellers until after the window shuts. As trying to convince players to come in as well as looking for a new manager could look rough. Yeah, what sort of players, like your top end players, are going to come into a club that have not got a manager in place? So yeah, I agree with you, Scott. I agree with you. It's probably that look of solidarity until after the window. So good observation, mate. Very good observation. He's had enough chances and get rid. Nah. You really don't like sellers, do you, Sharak? And I understand why. Mate, but a bit early for me. I do feel a bit for the seller. I do feel a bit for sellers because the board have given him the shit end of the stick. Had to come in with how they don't with the Wilder situation. I don't think he's been fully backed by the board. Definitely not so far. That remains to be seen with a week left in the window. So we'll be able to fully judge the board and sellers once we've got a full squad in. And we see what's being brought in, what's being shipped out, and what sort of shape we're in. If we've got a squad where we're looking on paper that should be challenging for top 2 and we're still losing a lot of games under sellers, then you have to get rid of him because it's proven that he's the problem at that point. If he's got a fully capable squad with depth in every position and he's got a luxury squad, then you've got to get rid of him at that point. So I do agree. If you make a man captain who wants you gone for his pal to come back, then that's a weak loser right there. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I don't think close to 90 wins it. It'll be roughly 86 to 87 wins it this year. So we've got time to get it right. Yeah, I think the points total will be a lot lower this year that wins the league. I can't see anybody running away with it this year. Maybe Ipswich if they get into a bit of a groove, but it's going to be a very competitive championship this season. It's been proven. Preston have had a decent start. Birmingham, obviously, they're expected to be up there anyway. But there's a lot of teams that have had good starts that you wouldn't have expected it from. So I do agree with that, Kieran. 100%, mate. How does he get players used to the system if he has to have a plan B every game, though? Yeah, again, agree with that, Kyle. But I was saying very similar earlier, mate. Completely agree. I wanted it to work for him, and I'm gutted but get Carrick or Cooper or Sausage Roll in while they're still available. No way, Wilder, though. Yep, fair comment. I think he needs to play two deep midfielders while the front four license to go forward. Yeah, allowing the license to prep. This is the thing with the system that Sellers wants to play. He wants that high back line. He wants the high pressing midfielders, and he wants the high pressing fullbacks, and he wants obviously the centre backs to be able to have recovery pace to get back if we get beaten with a long ball or if we get played around, which is fine. But at the minute, we've not got the players to play that system. We've not got the players to play any fucking system really, because the centre backs that we're playing, you wouldn't want them in any system that we could possibly set up with. You wouldn't want them in a 4-4-2. You wouldn't want them in a fucking 3-5-2. You wouldn't want them in a 3-4-2-1. There's no system that you'd want the centre backs that we've got at the moment playing in. Once we've got Tanganga in and Godfrey's playing next to him, then you can start looking to be expansive and playing that sort of sexy brand of football, because they've got the recovery pace. You can play the high line, you can play the high press and not have to worry about getting beaten. You are going to get beaten every now and again, but they've got the recovery pace. They're athletes and they're really, really good players that understand the game. Why you've got Jack Robinson in the back line, you can't play a high line, which is why we are struggling, because Jack Robinson's staying further back than what the rest of the line is staying back. So we've got that gap between defence and midfield. The midfield go and press, they get played around. Then you've got attackers from other teams going into 15-20 yards of space, running at defenders. They can make advanced runs and we're getting carved open. That's what's happening. Because it's just the two centre halves that are staying back at the minute, which is no good. No good. Why went midfield's obviously being overrun? Did we lose Samari on bench? Not a clue, Dean. That is one of the biggest things that I can criticise Sellers for currently. Why you left Samari on bench when we were getting overrun the way that we were, I'll never know. Samari is a big, oh God, big physical presence, good technical player as well, and a bit of an athlete. Why leave him on bench? Beyond me. Massively beyond me. Not a clue. So it's true, it's a hell of a lot easier to motivate players at Reading when you know that's what you're dealing with. I think Sellers is just waiting for the board to do something. Yeah, fair comment. Fair comment. We've already touched on that one, Scott. So it's going to be Wilder back, isn't it? I don't think so. I don't think it will be Wilder back, but could be. Could be. So get their hands in the pocket, they screwed it up, go and get Racine. Yeah, already touched on that one, Dean. Great shout. Just don't think it'll happen. Well, it has to be Roll then, as he's out of work and easily attainable. He's also work coaching at top clubs in Germany and here with Southampton, then sort of the Pigs out. Yeah, but I think it'd be hard to jump that divide, especially when he did have a good relationship with the Wednesday fans until obviously he went on his garden leave or whatever you want to call it. And I think he will be worried about tarnishing that reputation. So it's all about whether the manager wants to come. It's not just a case of if we want a manager, we can go out and get them. You've got to have a manager that is willing to come to the club as well. Somebody that's going to invest in the project and believe in the project. So, yeah, maybe. Whether he wants to come here or not, Dean, that remains to be seen. I don't think it'll personally happen. I don't think it'll ever happen, to be honest with you, but possibly. I'd like to be proven wrong. Darren Smith has said a lot of changes reverted back to pre-sellers. Like I told you guys in the chat over day, but I'll never sleep AI team gone to maybe we had this conversation, didn't we, Scott? Maybe, but I can't see it personally. Can't see it personally. From what I've been told previously, I can't see Chris ever coming back to this club unless the board literally just give him an offer that he can't refuse, and that would suggest a lot of egos would have to be put to the side, admitting that you're wrong, and basically just kissing the bloke's arse that you decided to get rid of. So can't see it, but never know. Carrick always had Borough competitive. Yeah, he did. I think the issue with Carrick is a lot of people are seeing him as a failure because the Borough board did want more from him. Obviously, they wanted promotion, they wanted playoffs, and he didn't get that. So maybe not. So we've still got 174 people watching on Twitter, boys and girls. Right, this is the last time that I'm going to ask. But if you can do me a massive, massive favour and jump across to YouTube, give us a like and a subscribe on there, and watch the rest of the video on there. I'd really, really appreciate it. I do apologise. I am just getting the charger for my laptop. It massively helps the channel out. It helps the channel out more than you'll ever know. It's better than donating, better than whatever else. If you can, literally something as easy as just jumping across to YouTube and watching it on there instead of watching it on Twitter, that's going to help us out massively, and it's going to help us grow massively. So if you could just do that for us, guys, I'd really, really appreciate it. But yeah, that's the last time that I will ask. So, I only have Babby Chris, 1969 against Borough. Love that, Dean. Another long-term blade. Guys, give a like and subscribe if you like the content. 2 hours plus of runtime and only 14 likes on YouTube. 14 likes, boys and girls. Come on. We deserve more than 14. If you've been watching for as long as what you have and we've only got 14 likes, come on. Riff, appreciate that, mate. Obviously, I can't see that myself from this side. So, yeah, just drop us a like, boys and girls. Really, really appreciate it. Helps us out massively, like I've said. Sellers have started slow at all of his clubs. End of the day, after 3 games, we're only 2 points off Ipswich. Both teams will be at the upper end by the end of the season. Yeah, agree, Riff. Obviously, you have got a lot of common sense takes, mate, and I do agree. I find myself agreeing with a lot of what you say. So yeah, I agree. Board surely can't go back to Wilder. They'll never be able to have any power over him ever again. If they did, if he had a bigger than club ego before, can you imagine the size of his head if he came back? Literally, you just wouldn't ever be able to sack him at any point, no matter what he says, no matter what he does. Completely agree with you, Riff. It's basically handing the keys to the club over to the guy that you decided wasn't good enough to take the club forward. So I think it'd be a really, really dangerous message to do that this time around, but who knows at this point. But that is the last comment, boys and girls. So we have been going for 2 hours and 45 minutes. I am absolutely shattered. I am sick to death of talking, and you're probably sick to death of hearing me. But it's been a good one. I have enjoyed it. Some interesting topics on there. So thank you very much for watching. I know I said that was going to be the last time that I asked, but for anyone that is on Twitter, just drop us a like and a subscription on YouTube. I'm ending the stream now anyway, so thank you very much for watching. Your support means more than you'll ever know. We really, really appreciate it. More content coming soon. Obviously, if we do get some new signings through in the coming days, we'll be doing videos on those. We'll be doing live streams, pre-match, post-match reactions, all that sort of good stuff. So if you have enjoyed what you've seen, even though we do just talk a load of bollocks more often than not, stay tuned, drop a subscribe, turn your notifications on so you know obviously when we're going to post, and up the blades. See you on the next one.